My family earns respect.
My family clears bases.
My family breaks records.
My family wins MVPs.
My family gives everything.
My family makes history. My family wins championships.
There's no family.
There's no family.
There's no family.
There's no family like my family.
Join the fam.
Join the fam.
Join the fam.
UFO's Active Recovery. Because life keeps you on your toes. Because you want to shine when you rise. UFO technology absorbs impact with every step, so your body doesn't have to. Because standing still gets you nowhere. Get yours today at ufos.com. Feel better. Feel the U.
Bronk,
What up, TB?
what do you think my next move should be? Give it to me straight. Maybe it's just time I hang him up.
I got one word for you. Retirement. If you retire now, you're gonna be walking on soft sand in a week.
Just come to Florida and
Feel the wind in your hair. Retirement is like winning another one. Maybe I'll even join you.
On the Spotty Network, this is what Tom heard.
If you retire now, you're soft and weak.
just come to Florida and win another one.
Maybe I'll even join you.
Just go win another one.
Like it's that easy, Gronk. Maybe it is. I still feel like I have a lot to accomplish.
My goal is to win one more.
And Gronk's coming with me.
I'm retired from retiring? Mom, where are my football pants?
Don't trust big decisions to just any network. Go with T-Mobile, the GO in 5G.
And I'm not soft or weak either.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
Hello and welcome inside the Tim Elstrom Broadcast Center for today's matchup between the Hyannis Harbor Hawks and the Wareham Gatemen. Austin Akuta alongside Zach Berman and Drake Toll. Excited to have you with us for what should be an exciting battle between a couple teams in the West Division here in the Cape Cod League. The Harbor Hawks have not lost a baseball game in a couple of days, and they've only lost one in their last 13 games. Drake told they do not like to lose.
No, they don't do it very often. They don't always love to win, it feels like, the amount of ties this team has racked up, which I think we've all decided that ties are the worst thing in sports over the course of the last few days. They've done it twice in a row, so they're looking for their first win within a few games. But like you mentioned, they're still racking up points. They put themselves in a good spot to hopefully catch up with Katuitt in the Western Division, and it's another Western Division matchup tonight that can help boost their points.
And Zach Berman, the Hawks will send to the mound Austin Strickland, a guy who we've seen used in a couple different roles out of the bullpen.
Hey, Strick has been pretty good, and he's been kind of dotted all over the pitching rotation. We've seen him start. We've seen him come out of the pen. Last time he appeared, he came out of the pen. He tossed 4 shutout innings against these same Gatemen, so expecting more of the same, more consistency from the right-hander out of Kentucky.
Well, I talked to Coach Beatty about Austin Strickland and a few other things in today's Dugout Show. Let's take a look at the interview with Coach. Hello and welcome to the Dugout Show. I'm Austin Akuta, and joining me today is Harbor Hawks manager Eric Beatty. Now, Coach, you've had some experience playing in the Cape League, obviously, and you know what it's like to play with this rigorous schedule. Your team had 7 games in a row before the off day on Tuesday. How important was it for the guys to kind of unwind a little bit, go to Fenway Park, and enjoy the day off?
Yeah, my biggest regret from playing here was not taking advantage of those off days as well as I could have. So it was really good to see the guys out at Fenway, experiencing Boston, and experiencing different parts of the Cape. I think that's real important for the long-term enjoyment of playing here.
Now you guys are in another stretch where it's 6 games in a row. How do you keep the arms fresh? I talked to Pablo last week about working together as a pitching staff and keeping the guys loose, but what's your philosophy on keeping everybody ready for every game?
Gosh, man. We have so many good pitchers over here. It's a really good problem to have, but I feel like we're doing a pretty good job of keeping guys healthy. If anything, we're trying to get guys more innings. We're just in a really fortunate situation with having a lot of great arms. So it's been pretty easy to keep guys fresh.
And one of those great arms will start tonight in the form of Austin Strickland. He started one game this year, but's made a couple other appearances, and overall has been really solid for you guys. How important has it been to have Austin's versatility on the roster this year?
It's really important. In a day where guys get so locked into a routine, Austin's routine is routinely saying, give me the ball. No matter where he's at in his day-to-day prep, he wants to compete. So having a guy like that just really wants to be out on the field when there's an umpire and a batter in the box and a scoreboard on is a really good quality for Austin, and he's got it.
Well, Coach, thank you for joining us, and welcome back. We'll send it back to the booth.
Back at McKeon Park, I'm Bria Losick alongside Jacob Campbell from Illinois. Jacob, the season's about halfway through, plus the Hawks have only lost one in their last 13. What's your experience been like on the Cape so far?
My experience has been awesome so far, just meeting all these new guys, as well as all the host families, like just meeting new people's host family. It's been awesome. But yeah, it's been great that we had some success recently, and I know it's kind of weird out here where we don't play extra innings, so we've had 5 or 6 ties, so that adds a little craziness to it. But yeah, it's been awesome. Nothing but positive things so far. So we just hope that continues through the next 22 games.
You've been dominant behind the plate catching. What's it like calling pitches in such a pitching dominant league?
Oh, it's fun. It really is, because every guy out here, every pitcher has multiple pitches that they can throw for a strike, and it's just a privilege to be back there and help them be successful. It's kind of the job of a catcher, and it's just fun to see them develop and do everything that they can do to help us win.
All right, thank you so much, Jacob.
Of course.
I'm Bria Losick, Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Phoebe Gill, thank you so much.
Can you hear that?
They can hear the national anthem. Now they can see us. Welcome back inside the Tim Elstrom Broadcast Center. Austin Nakuda, Zach Berman, Drake Toll, moments away from first pitch. And the Hawks only got one run across last night, but tonight a little bit of a different look lineup. Guys, what is the key for the Hawks getting, well, more than one run across tonight?
Yeah, I think a big part of that is hitting the baseball, first and foremost, but the even bigger part is hitting the baseball with guys in scoring position. Taking advantage where the Harbor Hawks have guys on bases. That's been the issue the last couple of days, is scoring and getting hits with runners in scoring position. You got to stop stranding guys if you want to score runs and win ball games. These last 3 games, that's been a key issue for the Harbor Hawks. They're 1-1-1 in that stretch. Oh, 0-1-2 in that stretch, and they're going for their first win in 3 tries today.
Well, the Wareham Gatemen will send to a mound a familiar face, a guy we've seen before, the right-hander Jason Woodward. Zach, the offense will look to attack Woodward early, as they did last time we saw the right-hander.
Well, Woodward was good in his limited outing against the Harbor Hawks, but the story in that game was not Jason Woodward as much as it was the Harbor Hawks pitching getting roughed up early and often. So the big hope is, Woodward doesn't have to come in with an early cushion.
Well, we're going to send it down to the field as we are just moments away from first pitch as the Hawks sprint out of the dugout, and we see the starting pitcher from Kentucky, Austin Strickland, head to the mound with his blue Kentucky glove. Strickland's 5th appearance on the year, his 2nd start. His first start came here at home as well. He's been used out of the bullpen recently, but that first start of the year, guys, 4 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, and it was a pair of solo shots he allowed, but otherwise a really, really strong outing from Austin Strickland.
Well, you can't not love Austin Strickland. He's a guy that at Kentucky was just lights out. He also pitched in the SEC championship games. He's got ice in his veins. He's been in big moments before. He's been great on Cape Cod as well, and he's just been consistent. That's one word that I would use to describe Austin Strickland. It would be consistent. He brings the same thing in every outing, and it's energy, it's life, it's strikes, and you're going to need that against the Gatemen tonight, who have one of the best offenses on Cape Cod, in the league.
And the entire Cape League, they do have a great offense. Let's take a look at that starting lineup first with Chase Davis leading off. He'll be in center field, followed by Hogan Windish, who's getting the day off from the field. He'll be playing DH. Max Anderson over at third base, batting in the 3 spot. Owen Diodati, a familiar name to Hawks fans. He was with the Gatemen in 2021, recently returned to the team in the cleanup spot. Blake Wright, shortstop, batting 5th, followed by Alan Rodden, the first baseman. Callum Clark in the 7-hole today. He had a big game here at McKean a couple weeks ago. Followed by Brian Padilla, the second baseman. In the 9-hole, one of the most talented defensive catchers in the league by the name of Peter Burns. That rounds it up for Wareham, and we'll take a quick look around the diamond for the Hawks while we have a moment. Christian Moore in left, Cole McConnell in center, Rocco Pepe in right. Mitch Jeb, Don Patelli once again on your left side of the infield. Riku Nishida gets the start next to Justin Hyannis, who's over at first base. Poncho Ruiz forms the battery with Austin Strickland as we get ready for first pitch from McKeon Park.
Let's play baseball.
Let's play baseball. And we're only going to play one today because the double headers are done down the Cape, so we will
Thank goodness.
Weren't a fan, Zach Berman?
I'm not a fan of 7-inning games.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Chase Davis now steps to the dish. He's a new activation in the last couple of weeks here for Wareham. And we'll have to wait a moment.
Let's call our time, right?
Well, we got a ball on the field. 2 balls still.
All right.
As Christian Moore tosses those to the arm barn. And first pitch just moments away. Austin Strickland on the hill now for his 5th appearance as he winds up and brings home the first pitch of the night, which is lined back up the middle. Chase Davis wastes no time collecting a leadoff single.
Hey, Davis is a baller, and he did plenty of that this past season at Arizona. He put up crazy numbers, 18 homers, 50 RBIs, 68 hits, and that's his first hit.
And that'll bring up Hogan Windish here, the designated hitter, with a leadoff man on first, nobody out. 1 pitch, 1 hit for Wareham, who's in their road navy blue with the red lettering. A lot of good uniforms in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Yeah, well said.
Can you believe we've already played Wareham? This is the 5th time this year?
Yeah.
I can believe it,
yeah. First pitch to Windish, called strike on the outside corner. Jason Klump, the home plate umpire today. Rich Cabral at first. Ryan Damari over at third. He's positioned in the, that's an interesting spot. He's right in the base path over there.
Yeah, why not? We've seen that a few times.
0-1 to Windish. Here's the pitch from Strickland. That's a breaking ball. It's a called strike, 0-2.
Really good spot there to attack high and outside with the breaking ball. You get a lot of hitters that'll attack on that one, especially in the middle innings of the ball game, maybe late as well. But here Strickland uses that in the zone, is able to fool Windish.
It's ahead 0-2 on Hogan Windish, who's at DH today. Here comes the pitch from Strickland. He fouls it off. Windish will stay alive.
Good piece of defensive hitting on the 0-2 from Windish, and I think it says something about Austin Strickland to go at the batter at 0-2. Not wasting any pitches, not buzzing a fastball high and outside, coming at you.
Not afraid to attack. Windish was 0 for 4 in the last game the Gatemen played. He's hitting much better against left-handed pitching this year. He is hitting .281 on righties as that one's fouled off. 18 for 64 against right-handed pitching this year, 7 for 20 against left-handers.
Windish is a 57% pull guy, too. Really, really heavy on that side of things. You'll see the infield fairly shade that way. Dominic Patelli, Mitch Jebb on the left side, both ready for it.
0-2 the count. Runner on first, Chase Davis after his leadoff single. Strickland gets the signs from Poncho, comes set, long pause from the right-hander. Here comes the pitch, fouled off. Windish stays alive. All of Strickland's pitches have been in the zone to this point.
Yeah, he's attacking early, and that was the thing we mentioned in the pregame, consistency. A big part of that consistency, pounding the strike zone. It's exactly what he's doing here early. To get in a good groove, that's what you got to do.
And Coach Beatty said that one thing Austin Strickland brings to the team is he's always ready to pitch, no matter whether he's starting, bullpen, runner stops and starts, but that pitch is a called ball. And Beatty talked about Strickland being such a valuable piece of the team because he's just simply ready to go any day of the week.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Coach Beatty, he's back in the dugout tonight.
That he is. Coach Beatty making his return. See him take back over the third base coach duties when the Hawks come up, but for now it's a Hogan Windish strikeout for a big out number 1 for Austin Strickland.
Yeah, again going fastball there for Strickland up high, getting Windish to cut, and no balls yet, as you mentioned for sure. Well, 1 ball to this point for Strickland. And also shout out to Kevin Ohm, the acting head coach for a couple of games. That guy, a impressive 0-0-2 record as the acting coach of the Harbor Hawks.
That'll bring up Max Anderson. Kevin Ohm also serves as the pitching coach pretty much on a nightly basis. That one's a pickoff move. Back in safely is Davis. But I think every coach on this Harbor Hawks staff is a pitching coach of some sorts. From Kevin Ohm to B.J. Johnson, Ray Korn, and Pablo Ortiz all come from pitching backgrounds, as does manager Eric Beatty.
What do you know about Anderson here, Zach Berman?
Went high with a fastball, but Anderson held up.
Well, I would know, looking at his home road splits, most of his contacts at home have gone mostly to right field, which is interesting because he's a righty bat, but he tends to pull the ball more on the road than he does at home.
Huh. Here's the 1-0 to Anderson. That's a ball high, and Max Anderson comes in with a stacked resume. The sophomore from Nebraska led the Cornhuskers in hits, home runs, and runs batted in while starting all 53 games in 2022. That's why he's in the 3 spot here. You're going to get a ball player. Here comes the 2-0. Cut on and missed.
You know, when you see a guy 5 times in the year, and Anderson has started every single game we've called between the Gatemen and the Hawks, you almost find yourself going, oh, yeah, did you know that he was Big Ten Freshman of the Year in 2021?
Yeah, he
was that.
That he was.
Nick Swisher was Big 12 Freshman of the Year, also played for Wareham.
2-2, the count evens up.
Yeah.
What you know about Nick Swisher?
Had that in the notes. Guy was a legend for the Red Sox.
Red Sox?
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Yankees.
The Yankees. That team.
Well, he was a White Sox too. He was fun in Chicago.
He played for different teams. Some guys do that every now and then.
Long pause from Strick. Here's a 2-2, and Anderson fouls it off.
Zebo, if you were a Major League Baseball player, would you rather stay in the same spot for 15 years and move around a little bit here and there?
It depends on where I'd be moving to.
Okay, Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
I thought you said Phoenix was the coldest you've ever been.
Yeah, not indoors. As long as it's not Oakland.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-2 to Anderson, and he waves and misses at a breaking ball. What a pitch from Strickland, and he's got 2 outs now, both on the punch-out.
How about Strick? You know, he gives up the leadoff hit and then comes right back at these 2 and 3 hitters and just pounds the strike zone. But, you know, when you go strike zone, strike zone, strike zone so often, you're able to get a good hitter like Anderson to chase on a pitch that was definitely outside the zone.
That'll bring up Owen Diodati from Oregon. 1 for 4 against right-handed pitching this season. Didn't play in the last game. A recent activation for the Wareham Gatemen. He was with Wareham in 2021. And Owen Diodati, a 29th round selection by the Toronto Blue Jays back in the 2019 MLB draft.
Yeah.
Very decorated resume and bio for Diodati.
We know where our friend Derek Fabian is today.
Derek Fabian, spelled D-E-R-I-C.
Yep, that's the same guy.
He is not in the lineup.
No, is he just hanging out the dugout, I guess?
He is in the game notes, so that means he is on the roster. That one's flowing down the left field line, drifting towards the corner, and it is gone. That ball carried out of the ballpark by Owen Diodati.
Oh, wow. That is the single most unassuming home run I've ever seen in my life. That ball, that fence is 312 feet. That ball was 313 and was fair by about 1.5 feet.
He snuck it inside the pole down the left field line to give Wareham a 2-0 lead.
That is one of the stranger home runs that I've seen. It's certainly the strangest I've seen this season. I thought no way off the bat it was getting out of here, but I guess the zero wind is helping the ball get out.
Yeah, he just seemed to kind of loft it down the line, and it tailed fair.
Well, after striking out a pair of batters, Strickland serves up a 2-run long ball, and Wareham strikes first.
Could also notice there was little to no reaction from the Wareham dugout.
No,
I think they were as confused as everybody.
The whole ballpark didn't realize that was going out. 1-1 now to Blake Wright, the shortstop. The Christian Moore drifted over there and just kind of pulled up, assuming it would go foul. And he had no shot at making a play because either way it was over a fence. Just fair or foul was the question. 1-1 in the dirt. 2-1 for Blake Wright, the shortstop. We've seen him a handful of times for the Wareham squad. Played some second base this year as well. From Clemson is Wright, the junior. He's 10 for 53 against right-handers this year. A slow start for him. He's 2 for 3 in the Wareham tie last night as he fans at a fastball. Count evens up at 2-2.
Despite the 2 earned runs already, Strickland is a strike away from his 3rd strikeout here in the top of the 1st. He's not been bad at all, and I wouldn't even say that he missed with that pitch that he was taking yard on.
Didn't look like it off the eye.
You want Diodati to take the ball the other way and just kind of fly it, and he did. Yeah. And a called strike 3, so Strickland battles back. He strikes out 3 in the inning, but serves up a 2-run home run to Owen Diodati. Wareham leads it 2-0 after the top of the 1st. Hawks coming up to bat. Mitch Jebb, Justin Hyannis, Nolan Shannon when we return on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When Alaska Airlines needed a partner for the complex operations of travel, they made the switch to T-Mobile. Our 5G has Alaska Airlines and their customers covered, from major hubs to remote destinations, with 5G coverage ready now for the demands of today and the future. T-Mobile's network powers Alaska Airlines as they deliver next-level care for all customers. 5G ready now. That's how unconventional thinking is better for business.
Tastes like a Coke.
We nailed it!
Coke Zero Sugar. Have they nailed it?
Sounds like they really nailed it, huh?
Nailed it. And that's when you said... So it really tastes like a Coke.
Yeah, that's the point.
Welcome back inside McKeon Park. Austin Nakuda, Zach Berman, and Drake Toll here on the call today for what started out to be a good start for Austin Strickland after a leadoff single. He struck out 2 batters, and then all of a sudden a opposite field poke by Owen Diodati got over the fence, and now the Hawks have work to do here in the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at who the Hawks will be sending to the plate. Starting off with the leadoff man, Mitch Jebb, who's over at third base tonight. We just saw him. In the 2 spot, Justin Hyannis, the big bat. They call him High Hyannis around here. Nolan Shannon, the DH, in the 3 spot. His bat's been heating up, a 5-game hit streak for Nolan. Cole McConnell in the cleanup spot, playing center field. Christian Moore in the 5-hole today, and in left, Dom Patelli moves up to 6. He's playing short. Pancho Ruiz doing the catching, batting 7th. Rocco Pepe in the 8-hole and playing right field. And Riku Nishida, who has been the toughest out in this lineup, is almost a double leadoff as he's in the 9-hole today, which brings up the leadoff man, Mitch Jebb, one of the most talented hitters in the entire league. Yeah. And somebody who has wasted no time jumping on pitchers early in ball games.
Hey, he was one or 2 inches away from walking the game off last night.
First pitch to Jebb, misses for a ball. It's Jason Woodward, the right-hander on the mound. Mentioned him a little bit in the open, a guy the Hawks have seen before. Yeah, Jebb last night came to the plate with the winning run on third. Hit a line drive to third base, but a diving play by John Peck, his maybe second or third web gem of the game over there at the hot corner, and sent us all home with a tie.
Dude, I was sitting out on my front porch swing and almost dropped my phone when that happened.
Well, Jebb's going to have himself a hit this time as he lines it back up the middle. Jebb's running hard out of the box. He's going for 2. Mitch Jebb tries to stretch it, and he does so successfully. Mitch Jebb is electric in the leadoff hole, and he has himself a double.
That was a double.
Effectively Mitch Jebb's 8th stolen base. He stole second base right there on what was an easy single, but what he saw right off the bat was that Davis was playing so far to his right into left field that he didn't have enough time to get to that baseball in order to make a play on Jebb. Now, if that throws on the money, that's a close play. Jebb's probably out, but he trusted himself, trusted his speed, and it pays off.
That brings up Justin Hyannis, the first baseman for the Hawks. Hyannis has continued to have his batting average climb towards the 300 mark. He came into yesterday at 269, and now fouls that pitch off.
Yeah, all he's got to do here is effectively bunt it. It'll probably go over the left field wall, as we've seen so far.
Humidor is in action.
That ball is carrying.
Well, just to note, I mean, Woodward has given up a minimum of 3 earned runs in his last 2 starts apiece.
You know, Wareham's given up the most home runs on Cape Cod or off Cape Cod with 16.
And the Hawks have the least amount of home runs in the league, so something's got to give today.
Well, it hasn't kept them from winning games.
That's correct. We've talked about that a lot on the broadcast. Hawks with the 2nd best record in the league, even though they only have 6 homers as a team.
Yeah.
It's been the base hits, the doubles, the base running, combined with the pitching.
And the defense.
Well, they also lead the league in walks, so that'll play.
Right.
Hyannis with a 1-1 count against Woodward. Here comes the pitch home. Hyannis flies that one to center field. Davis drifts to his left. He's camped under it. Jebb retreats to second. He starts to tag, but we'll just stop there. Made him throw it in, but at the end of the day, it's a fly out to center.
That's a right decision there from Jebb. I think Davis was thinking the whole time, I'm going to gun this guy out at third.
Well, and Jebb was thinking the whole time, I'm not trying to get a third. I'm just going to draw a throw.
But you mentioned, though, as Shandel comes to dish, a lot of the reason this team doesn't have home runs, Mazdak Davari, Nick Johnson, and I mean, Zach Chase, they didn't recruit for home runs.
Right.
They recruited for guys that don't strike out. Typically the ones who hit the most home runs strike out the most. So that's why you're not seeing the long ball a ton from the Harbor Hawks.
That's what works down here in the Pitchers League. That is the Cape Cod Baseball League. Guys who walk a lot and don't strike out. I mean, sure, you can flash power, and we've seen some teams this year hit a bunch of home runs, but it doesn't necessarily translate to wins if you're going to strike out in big spots. Nolan Shanuel at the plate, 1-0. To the FAU first baseman, who carries, as I mentioned, a 5-game hit streak into tonight. Fastball finds the corner, 1-1 the count.
Well, you want to talk about power. Here's a guy that's got some power. He had it at FAU, and then he flashed it a couple days ago, hitting one over the scoreboard.
Yep, 500 feet, which the fence over there is 450, so you really get a hold of one.
You better barrel it up if you're playing on the diamond at McKeon Park. There's a stolen base attempt from Jeb. The throw to third is not in time.
Oh,
well, it was in
wow.
time, but
Yeah.
Jeb slid around him.
Plenty of time, and it was Mitch Jeb going to the backside of the bag, noticing that Max Anderson was playing so well up front. If Anderson lets that ball, if he catches that ball about 2 feet behind where he reached out to grab it, he's probably got an out on Mitch Jeb.
And Anderson knows he missed the tag because Harvey Shapiro just stepped out of the dugout and said something to Anderson, and Anderson shook his head kind of like, gave you the unsure look where you tilt your head to the side. So Anderson knows he missed the tag. 2-1 to Shanuel with the runner on third being Mitch Jeb. Now 3-1.
That was a really impressive slide there from Jeb, too. You know, the old swim move, get your left hand just kind of around the base, a little, the old Michael Phelps.
Harbor Hawks have only surrendered 15 wild pitches. Wareham's only thrown 17.
Shanuel lines that one up into right center field for a base hit. That will drive home Jeb. Shanuel's going to pull a Mitch Jeb and try for two. The throw from center field, not in time. A double by Nolan Shanuel scores Jeb, and the Hawks are getting back in this thing early.
Well, there's frustrated, and then there's Davis at center field. He has now been bitten twice trying to get a ball back in and a guy extending a play. But more importantly, Nolan Shanuel cuts the lead in half here early. The Hawks are on the board in the first. That gives you some momentum for the pitching staff, too. And Austin Strickland comes back out. And not only that, you've shown runner in scoring position. The Hawks can get a hit. Nolan Shanuel stays hot. Now he's in scoring position for Cole McConnell, one of the best hitters in the team. 6
games in a row for Shanuel with a hit. Now Cole McConnell steps to the plate with a .283 batting average. It was up over 300 in recent days, but has slipped just a bit as he goes after the first pitch, hits it well to left center field. Both the outfielders running back. It's near the wall, and it's caught by Owen Diodati. It was a nice poke by McConnell, but just didn't have enough on it.
You got to watch where Woodward is throwing these pitches. That 3-1 to Shanuel right in the wheelhouse, and then another one right down the middle to McConnell. Just couldn't get enough on it, but these Harbor Hawks are sitting middle of the plate, and Woodward keeps on giving it to them.
And Shanuel just took third base.
My goodness.
Time was not called. And Nolan
my.
Shanuel's alertness allowed him to just take the extra 90 feet.
No, I mean, I'm pen deep in my scorebook right here, and there's Nolan Shanuel standing at third base. No one in the ballpark saw him walk to third.
Yeah.
I think he took somebody took his order right there halfway. And
Might have been it, yeah. Here's Christian Moore, 2 outs in the tying run, 90 feet away. Good to see the Hawks battle back.
Yeah, Moore is one of those guys you want to get back into a groove. He started off really hot. He's cooled off since then. Simo now batting .207 after starting 3 for 8 on Cape Cod. Was 0 for 2 in that tie against Bourne.
Yeah, 1 to Moore. He thought about going around, but the bat didn't get far from his shoulder. 1-1 the count will even up.
Got 11 strikeouts and 29 at-bats, which is not great, but also he's walked 9 times.
Right.
So the guy's drawn a lot of walks. That ratio is impeccable on Cape Cod.
1-1 to Moore. Here's the pitch from Woodward. Breaking ball way outside, 2-1.
Hey, 4 of those walks were against these Wareham Gatemen in one game.
We called that the golden
toupee.
The golden toupee, they called it, Drake and Zach.
But you have to really factor in what makes this team so deadly is how smart they are.
A high baseball IQ all around at all the starting 9 spots, including anyone who's on the bench here in Hyannis, as the count evens up at 2-2 to Christian Moore.
The foresight for Shanuel to take that bag, I don't know how many other guys in the league are thinking about that.
Not many. It's also a credit to the coaching staff here with Coach Beatty at third. Here's the 2-2 to Moore. He fights that one off and will stay alive to see another.
Glad you mentioned that, Zach. Talk about not just stolen bases, but the ability to walk. This team is one of the best in the league at drawing walks. one of the best team in the league at not allowing walks either. I mean, that comes from smart, savvy baseball.
Yeah. They're all around. It's a well-put-together team as that breaking ball misses the zone. Count runs to full. The Hawks are...
You want to know smart baseball?
That
not swinging at that pitch.
I don't know about that, Zach Berman. That may have found the plate.
That's risky baseball. That was probably the best pitch we've seen today.
The Hawks lead the Cape Cod League in walks at 88 of those. They're second in batting average, second in on base, as Christian Moore pops that one up into the infield. It's towards the left side. Anderson drifts under it, calls it off, and makes the grab. But the Hawks do strike for one, thanks to a double by Nolan Shanuel to score Mitch Jebb. 2-1 the score as Wareham leads it on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Traffic is treacherous. There's a fender bender on the pike. Gonna be a wicked commute. The expressway's backed up to the gas tanks. Gridlock. Crawl. Snarl. Gamma. Bottleneck. Logjam. 128 is a parking lot. You'll be late for supper tonight.
Keeping your car road ready is what we do best. At Sullivan Tire, we're always here to get you there.
Hey, we get you there too.
Choosing T-Mobile is like paying for this, but getting that. And so much more. More 5G bars in more places. More savings so your family saves 20% versus the other guys. And we won't raise the price of your rate plan with our Price Lock Guarantee. Get more with T-Mobile. More 5G coverage, more savings, and even more cool stuff.
Welcome back to McKeon Park, the home of your Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Austin Strickland on the mound once again after a first inning that didn't go exactly how he planned. Looking to change that up here in the top of the second inning. He'll have to deal with Alan Rodden, Kellum Clark, Brian Padilla for Wareham, these 6, 7, 8 hitters. As the Hawks did scratch across the run in the last half inning, 2-1, now they trail it. Pancho Ruiz will fire down, and we'll begin with Alan Rodden.
Rodden has been kind of the guy at Creighton this past 3 seasons. He's almost batting .400 in those 3 seasons combined with the Blue Jays, but out here he's not exactly been at that level. You know, he's a .227 bat through, 13 games, so still, with the wood bats, that's not bad.
Here's the first pitch, outside for a ball, 1-1 the count. Or 1-0 the count, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Mentioned the .227 average. He's hitting .233 against right-handed pitching. Called strike. I got a fact for you.
Hey.
Give it to me.
Well, I'll have you guess the fact this time. Why don't you?
Right here, right now?
What do you think Alan Rodden's favorite TV show is?
Friends.
Rick and Morty.
The Office. There it is. Bingo. Drake Toll got it. The Office. 1-2.
Second guess is the charm.
Gosh, I got to tell you something. I'm not a huge Office guy.
Oh.
Boy.
All right. Well, see you later, Zach Berman. Pleasure having you this season.
Guess you're not a fan of fun TV shows.
Awful fun.
I am a fan of TV.
This guy doesn't like laughing. Breaking. Woo-hoo.
Here's the 1-2. That one's hit well to right field. It's going to curve towards the corner and go foul. So Rodden will have to retreat to the box as he just was out in front of that pitch.
Got to be careful with that breaking ball inside part of the plate. Rodden just missed extra bases there.
It's been Strickland's fastball that he's served up the home runs on this season. It was 2 solo homers here in his first start of the year, both off the fastball. And that pitch to Diodati, I didn't quite catch it, but it looked to be the heater again on the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, I think so. That's what Strickland's really gotten into since that home run, trying to pump the fastball, get guys to whiff on it. He's been able to do that a couple times.
Here comes the 1-2. Inside, but it hit Rodden on the arm. Just got a piece of him, so the hit by pitch will put the leadoff man to the inning on.
Second straight time that Strickland's allowed the leadoff guy on. But just to go back to that home run that you were saying, I don't even think it was a bad pitch. You can't really do much of anything when you throw a fastball outside and some guy just pokes it the other way down the line. That's more of a good piece of hitting than anything else.
So that brings up Kellum Clark, the right fielder, who we've seen a couple times this season, and he's done damage in those games. Here's the first pitch from Strickland, called strike.
Product of Mississippi State. In his spring, he only bat .257, but he also had 14 home runs. He struck out 47 times, though.
Yeah, the strikeouts will creep up on you. hitting .250 against right-handers in the Cape League. That's a called ball.
Hello.
1-1. All right.
Good afternoon, Mr. Umpire. How are you? He didn't respond.
Oh, it's too bad. You have the crowd mic right there, so.
I know.
He's got a good shot to do so. 1-1 the count to Clark. Here's a pitch from Strickland. That one's hit on the ground between first and second. Riku Nishida and Hyannis come up empty on their dives. And that's going to allow the runner to move from first to third. So now runners on the corners here with nobody out.
That's just a tough break. Your old classic seeing eye ground ball gets past two outstretched gloves, and usually Hyannis and Riku won't both miss on the same ball. So really nothing you can do there but just kind of shake it off.
There's a song about that.
What's it called?
I think it's just
if I remember right. I think it's Shake It Off.
I know. That brings up Brian Padilla, the second baseman, for the first time tonight. He's got a chance here to add on to his team's early one-run lead. That fastball misses high. No pitch speed so far tonight.
No, there isn't, is there?
No.
Well, you can guess as well as the pitch speed normally could, because within 3 to 5, we could get within 3 to 5 miles these pitches.
Yes, well, Strick sits 92, so that was probably about 91.
Yeah.
That's a breaking ball, called strike, evens the count, about 80.
Yeah, meaning the gun could have said 75 or 85. We just don't know.
Don't know. 3 to 5 miles per hour it ranges a bit. Pancho Ruiz on the 1-1 count will step in front of the plate and give some signs to his infield, presumably worrying about the runner trying to swipe second. Padilla had the day off yesterday, back in the lineup. 7 for 22 on his young season. Here comes a pitch from Strickland, finds his zone with that heater, 1-2.
92 on the fastball there from Austin Strickland. Good stuff.
He's got good location with that pitch, too.
Yeah.
It's not just a heater he can blow by you. It's one that he can locate on any part of the zone he wants to. Here comes the 1-2. Popped up, foul out of play. We'll have to do that again. Strickland already has 3 punch-outs on the line so far. All 3 outs recorded by way of the strikeout.
Yeah.
Brian Padilla from Connecticut. UConn. What do you know about UConn, Zach Berman?
I had a pretty good baseball season.
Pretty good indeed. Here comes the 1-2. Breaking ball. Called strike 3. Padilla knew it as he walks back to the dugout. And how about that strike call?
I gotta say that's probably the most lackadaisical strike 3 looking call. That's the old
all around.
I'm gonna stick my arm out here, I guess.
Yeah.
I was a little concerned he wasn't gonna call it, and then the little lazy no. Great breaking ball when you go fastball, fastball, fastball on a guy. That's the pitch sequencing that we've talked about so many times. One of this team's major strengths.
Yeah.
That brings up Peter Burns, the catcher, a familiar face to Harbor Hawk fans as he has put on a defensive clinic behind the dish. That one's hit on the ground between first and second. He'll get a run in for Wareham. Another ball just hit to a spot where Harbor Hawks aren't, and it pushes the lead to 3-1.
Well, if you like offense, you hated last night, but you're enjoying this ball game already. Wareham now with their 4th hit, their 3rd run. The Harbor Hawks have a run and a couple hits as well, but with 2 guys on. Also, how about the untucked jersey over at 2? That's a very untucked jersey. Huh.
Yeah.
Don't see a lot of that one, do you?
Kellum Clark, not a fan of the tuck.
That's like untucked. That's like draped over you. That's the old Harvey Shapiro. Pretty new school
business
guy.
Casual.
That's Nick Castellanos post-game interview.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
Back to the top of the order for Wareham, and that will be Chase Davis, who's 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored.
What do you know about Castellanos?
Well, he plays for my favorite team, the Philadelphia Phillies.
Hey. Good segue.
Feels like he's been in the league way longer than he actually has.
Yeah. He's done some time in the league. That one misses low, 2-0 the count.
Made a few friends, maybe more enemies.
Yeah.
He's only 30, but he's already on his 4th team.
Yeah.
A big contract with the Phils this offseason. Chase Davis at the dish started 62 of 63 games for Arizona in 2022.
Yeah.
18 homers. So some power in the leadoff spot. 2-1 now the count. He was named to the Pac-12 All-Conference Honorable Mention team. Very talented player who turned a lot of heads this year at Arizona.
Something else Chase Davis does quite a lot is walk 48 walks this past season down in Tucson.
And Strick will step off. Look, Kellum Clark back to second base.
Yeah, you kind of get a good view there at the center field camera, too, of Clark's jersey, just apron-esque.
Yeah, it's ready to make some pizzas.
Yeah, maybe does that make you faster, aerodynamic? I think it's the opposite of aerodynamic.
Yeah, holds you up a little
bit. Drape it out there, yeah.
Here's the 2-1. Got to miss low in the dirt. 3-1 the count. Strickland in danger of loading the bases here if he doesn't find the zone.
Strickland sitting at 26 strikes, 13 balls, 39 pitches in total. And you know he wants to keep pounding the zone here. If control becomes an issue, you're really in trouble. Yeah, the guys are hitting you around the park a little bit, but if you start walking them, that just doubles it.
Needs a strike here on 3-1, and won't have it. It's ball 4. Bases are now going to be loaded for a very dangerous hitter by the name of Hogan Windish.
Well, you really have to be careful with how you attack Windish, and clearly the Harbor Hawks want to talk this over beforehand because Windish has had, he's hovering right around the 300 mark this season, already 3 home runs, so you don't want to risk the grand slam.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning as well.
We saw Jackson Baumeister last night load the bases early on, and it was in the top of the second inning. He was able to escape with just 1 run coming across, though.
Yeah.
We'll see if Austin Strickland can pull some magic out of his hat as well.
He's trying to do the same, and he's in a spot here where the Harbor Hawks only down 2. Last night, that would have been enough to win the ball game. Same case as a couple of nights ago. The runs have been at a premium the last few days, and Hyannis down by 2 here. Well, it doesn't seem that daunting. 2 runs in the Cape Cod Baseball League can be insurmountable for some teams, and we'd love to hold Wareham at bay as much as possible here and try to get those bats going.
At the same time, though, doesn't it feel like the Hawks are kind of due for a shootout of a game?
Yeah, they haven't had one of those yet this season, really. None of those go back and forth, finish at 11-10.
Huh. That would be quite the night, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Here's the first pitch to Windish. He goes after a curveball, 0-1.
No mini golf in that case.
No.
No Pirates Cove for us.
Break it to you. I don't think you're getting Pirates Cove either way.
Yeah, probably not.
See how busy that place gets?
I haven't been.
0-1. Inside, 1-1 the count. Mini golf very popular on Cape Cod.
Yeah, you would know, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, the first time Bria and I drove out here, Bria was like, oh my gosh, there are so many mini golf courses.
Yeah.
Like, she was like,
is that a
stunned
word
by
for word
it.
quote?
Yes, it was a word for word quote.
Fastball 1-2.
Dead. All right,
That's a
there,
good
Austin
heater,
Strickland.
huh?
Going high with the heat, too, and getting a guy to whiff. I like that. Serve me up another.
Think he goes back to that pitch, Drake?
Nah.
No.
Back to the breaking ball.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll see where he goes. 1-2. Bases loaded. 1 away here in the top of the second. Wareham already with a 3-1 lead. Strickland from the windup. Here's the 1-2. That's the fastball. Just couldn't get Windish to swing this time. 2-2.
So now do you go breaking ball?
I think you have to. You can't go 3 straight fastballs, I think. Well, you never know. But
yeah. When you're struggling a bit to control the baseball, maybe you do.
yeah, you don't want to spike a breaking ball. Here's the 2-2. That's the fastball, and he spiked that one. That's going to bring a run home, move the runners up. 4-1 Wareham.
Well, you said it. You don't want to spike a breaking ball, and that's exactly what happened. So now you're in a situation where you almost have to throw a fastball.
Yeah, 3-2. I mean, you got a free base here, but at the same time, you just want to get an out. You've now allowed 2 runs in the top of the first, 2 runs in the top of the second. And I don't know if you guys remember the last time Wareham came to McKeon Ballpark, but or the time before that, one of those times.
They were Wareham
had a lead on him.
It was like 11-2 was the final.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
Quite the offensive attack by Wareham out of the gate. There's a 3-2 pop foul.
Right, that was definitely a forgettable game for the Harbor Hawks as they struggled against Wareham earlier this season. And yeah, that was the game that felt like, oof, there's a gut punch. Got to wake up from something. Wareham scored 4 in the top of the first against
Jackson Baumeister.
Jackson Baumeister. That was the Baumeister game.
And then Wareham scored 4 in the top of the first the next time they played against Brandon Llewellyn.
But the Hawks won that game.
Yes, they did.
Here's a 3-2 fouled off.
Oh, that's right. That was here.
Yeah.
Where they got up, was it 4?
4-zip.
So Wareham likes to score early here at McKeon Park, and they're doing so again tonight. But doesn't necessarily mean that the Hawks are out of this game.
Well, they've scored well all season long. Wareham's offense has been fantastic. 3rd in the league in runs, 2nd in hits, 1st in doubles. That production's been elite.
Infield comes in for the Hawks, 3-2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. He checks his swing, sends it into the dugout. That was an excuse me, just try to protect the plate there.
I mean, in the last 2 games combined, the Harbor Hawks have scored 14 runs against the Gatemen. And this team has shown time and time again that they're never out of a game till the final out.
Well, especially against a Wareham team that while their bats are elite, oh boy, their pitching. They've allowed the most home runs. They have the 8th worst whip. Their slugging allowed is worst. Their OBA is worse.
Tough start for the Arm Barn in Wareham, huh?
Yeah.
Ball 4, Windish will reach first base. Back-to-back walks issued by Austin Strickland.
Worth mentioning, their ERA is 9th this season too, so the Harbor Hawks have been on the other side of that. Really good. That is what's been the bell cow for Hyannis this season is the defense, the pitching namely. 3rd in the league in earned runs, 3rd in hits allowed, 2nd in walks given. You see 1 there. You'll get a pitching change here, but this is against a Wareham team that's going to let you score some runs.
Well, Austin Strickland's day's done as he leaves the bases loaded, and he'll give way to Brandon Neek, the left-hander from Virginia. Neek will take some warm-up tosses and will return to a bases-loaded jam in just a moment on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
That chip on the shoulder, that started at a very, very young age. People's expectations are, they're cool, they're fun, but mine are bigger.
When you play in New York, they want to see winners. It doesn't matter if it's a Monday or a Friday or a Saturday. You got to come with it, or those fans will let you know.
Pick one thing from me, pick one other thing from another player, make it your own, determine to who you want to be.
What motivates me is the unknown. You know, how good can I be? You get away from the lights, you get away from the camera.
Mientras más presente yo esté en la caja de batería, más éxito tengo.
Man, how can you not keep it fun, man? This is a kid's game.
If you could go back and tell 10-year-old Francisco one thing, what would it be?
You're a bad mother.
When Alaska Airlines needed a partner for the complex operations of travel, they made the switch to T-Mobile. Our 5G has Alaska Airlines and their customers covered, from major hubs to remote destinations. With 5G coverage ready now for the demands of today and the future. T-Mobile's network powers Alaska Airlines as they deliver next-level care for all customers. 5G ready now. That's how unconventional thinking is better for business.
This BBB seal is a badge of honor. It's a sign that this is a business you can trust.
Hi. Oh, this is amazing.
Each year, millions of people see the BBB seal on a door or a window or a website and breathe a little easier. See the seal and know you've made the right choice. Find a business you can trust. Ask BBB.
If you live here, fun is your thing. If you live here, tough is your thing. Smart is your thing. Caring is your thing. If you live in Massachusetts, community is your thing. Since 1972, the Massachusetts State Lottery has provided over $25 billion to help cities and towns with the things they need most. If you live here, giving is your thing.
Diet Coke? Who are you, my mom?
You should be so lucky, because you know what moms do? Well, I suppose we should start with the whole giving you life thing. It seems like that should be enough. No? Okay. What about her ability to send shockwaves through the neighborhood without saying a word? Or whip up a ridiculous handmade costume that you forgot to tell her about? Not to make you happy, but because she had a reputation to uphold. She invented rideshare, called it carpool, and did it for free. She didn't need those dating apps either. You copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie.
Welcome back and welcome into a difficult spot for Brandon Neek, the left-hander. Wastes no time going after Max Anderson on the fastball, 0-1.
Well, in Neek's last appearance, he came in that 8th inning of that second game against YD and might have been the unsung hero of that game because he took the Red Sox down in order 1-2-3 and wound up doing it in such a quick fashion that it gave the Hawks a chance to tie the game before the lights went out.
Looking to replicate that success here as he wastes no time again. 0-2 now to Anderson. How difficult is it for a reliever coming into a game, bases loaded, and only the top of the second inning?
Not just only the top of the second inning, but you're facing a guy in Max Anderson who has been so good over the course of his baseball career. And if you make one mistake, it could wind up being a world of hurt.
Anderson amongst a handful of Gatemen who spent last summer in Bourne with their manager Harvey Shapiro. That one misses inside. Shapiro defected from Bourne over the bridge to Wareham and took Anderson, Peter Burns with him, amongst others, Michael Sansone. A few guys that were on the 2021 Bourne Brave roster, now 2021 Wareham Gatemen.
Of course, that roster took them all the way to the championship series.
Shapiro bringing back some of his best. Anderson was at the top of their lineup last year. Here's the 1-2 from Neek. Fastball inside, count will even up.
You really have to be careful with these inside pitches because the last thing you want is something to run a little bit too far in and plunk them.
2-2, one away, bases loaded. Hawks already trail 3. Double play could end the inning. Here comes the 2-2. In the dirt, it gets by Poncho. He doesn't see it. Another run's going to come home. The second time, the ball's getting by Ruiz to score a run. Makes it 5-1 Wareham.
We've seen Hyannis benefit from the wild pitch so many times this season. Feels weird to see them get a little bit of their own medicine in some sense, as
Be interesting to see if they call that one a wild pitch or a pass ball, because it looked like Ruiz had a shot to block that one.
Seemed to get caught up in his equipment maybe, and then he couldn't figure out where it was. It was behind him.
Full count. It will be ruled a pass ball on Poncho. 3-2, 1 out. Here's the pitch from Neek. That's in the dirt and blocked by Ruiz, but it won't matter. It's going to be a walk to Max Anderson, the third straight walk that Harbor Hawks pitching has issued here, and it reloads the bases again as this second inning continues to roll on.
Well, now you got to be careful of Diodati, who hit that lazy-looking fly ball that carried out and around the left field pole. So
Neek will have a lefty-lefty matchup here to Diodati. The infield's going to shift a bit, which Riku Nishida moves just out of double play depth. They're expecting it to be hit to the right side. First pitch to Diodati, called strike on the outside corner.
I mean, we've mentioned so many times the Hawks have done a great job of coming back late in games, but you need to be careful because you go down by 6, 7, 8 runs. I don't care how early in the game is. That's a huge mountain to climb.
Here's the 0-1 from Neek. Just misses low. Count's going to even up once again. Brandon Neek served as Virginia's closer for a couple different stretches during their season, racked up a couple saves there, and has helped earn himself a spot here on the Harbor Hawks bullpen. And seen him using a variety of roles, try to get out of bases-loaded jams. Now the second time he's been inserted to one of these spots. Here's a 1-1. Breaking ball outside, 2-1. Hawks pitching uncharacteristically. Struggling early on, 3 walks, a hit by pitch. Wareham has 4 hits, including a 2-run home run. 2-1, 1 away, bases remain loaded. Here's the pitch, ground ball back up the middle. It hits Neek. Going to be a tough play to get it out, and he'll just eat it.
That's just an unfortunate break. It was hit right back at Neek. He couldn't figure out where the ball was, and
run comes home to score. That's Chase Davis. Windish moves to third. Anderson to second. Diodati gets another RBI on the infield single. His third of the day makes Wareham's lead grow even further. It's now 6-1, and the bases are still loaded.
You know, we haven't seen this very often out of this team, and credit to how good the Harbor Hawks have been, but I guess, you know, sometimes it's just baseball. When it rains, it pours, and you'd really like to see Neek get out of this without any more damage.
We'll have to try to navigate through Blake Wright, the 9th man to come to the plate this inning. First pitch to Wright's a called strike. A difficult spot for Brandon Neek. Came in with the bases loaded and 1 away, and really couldn't afford to make any mistakes. Unfortunately, a pass ball by the catcher Poncho Ruiz brought a run home, and then he walked a guy, then you saw the infield single. Tough day all around. Here's the 0-1. That's inside, a called strike. Count moves to 0-2. 0-2, 1 away. And now, Zach, you still have the double play in order, but Blake Wright's a dangerous hitter.
Yeah, you really need to be careful. I know it's 0-2 in the count. Definitely try and get him to chase here.
Neek gets the signs from Poncho Ruiz, the catcher. Infield looking to turn 2 and get their pitcher out of things. Here's the 0-2 inside. Nearly hit Wright, but he gets out away in time. Count will move to 1-2. Blake Wright came into the game hitting .212, 1 home run, 8 runs batted in. This Wareham team can put up runs. We've talked about that a handful of times, and they've done just that tonight. 6 runs on 5 hits. Here comes the 1-2. That one is in the dirt, nearly hit Wright again, and the count goes back to 2-2.
So you have one ball to kind of try and get Wright to chase, but at the same time, you really just have to tread careful. You don't have any bases to give up. You're already down 5 runs in the second inning.
Well, Blake Wright's a guy who hit .349 at Clemson, so you have to be careful. That one is sky to right field. Drifting back is Rocco Pepe. He makes the catch. The throw's going to go into second base, and a run's going to come home on the sac fly, which pushes Wareham's lead up to 7-1.
You take that 10 times out of 10 in this situation, and there's a good piece of hitting by Wright. You know, you don't need to be too flashy with it. Just like we mentioned, sac fly, the most underrated play in baseball, and now a 6-run deficit for the Hawks to climb back from.
So the Gatemen have battered around the order here as the man who led off the inning by being hit by a pitch, Alan Roden, steps in. He fans on a fastball. Count goes to 0-1.
And in a way, it feels surprising because the Harbor Hawks have been in every game, more or less.
Yeah, they haven't trailed this much this early in quite some time. The 0-1. That's outside for a ball. Neek has thrown now 17 pitches, 8 strikes, 9 balls.
You know, in the wise words of Joe Girardi, it's not what you want.
Yeah, are his words wise anymore?
Well, they were back in the day.
Yeah. There's a called strike, 1-2. Strickland's day is officially done. 1 1/3, 4 hits, all 7 runs go to Austin Strickland. 2 walks, 4 punch-outs.
Man, you got a feel for him. I don't think he was throwing particularly poorly.
Not at all, yeah. Just a couple of hits that came back to bite him, and a swing and a miss there as Brandon Neek goes back to the fastball, ends the inning finally, but Wareham pushes across 5 runs as they storm ahead to a 7-1 lead on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Best ever? Good question. Wait, why'd he sound like Dr. J in your head? I've always sounded like Dr. J in my head, which means Dr. J's outside voice sounds like my inside voice? Which Coke? The doc would know. He got the world to call him doctor without going to med school. There's only one best ever.
If you live here, fun is your thing. If you live here, tough is your thing. Smart is your thing. Caring is your thing. If you live in Massachusetts, community is your thing. Since 1972, the Massachusetts State Lottery has provided over $25 billion to help cities and towns with the things they need most. If you live here, giving is your thing.
When Alaska Airlines needed a partner for the complex operations of travel, they made the switch to T-Mobile. Our 5G has Alaska Airlines and their customers covered, from major hubs to remote destinations, with 5G coverage ready now for the demands of today and the future. T-Mobile's network powers Alaska Airlines as they deliver next-level care for all customers. 5G ready now. That's how unconventional thinking is better for business.
Welcome back to McKeon Park, where the Wareham Gatemen have stormed ahead to a 7-1 lead over the Harbor Hawks, but they'll be coming up to the plate, led by Dom Patelli, followed by Poncho Ruiz, and finally Rocco Pepe, the trio for the Hawks, looking to get them back into this ball game. It's still early, just the bottom of the second inning if you're just joining us. Austin Nakuda here with Zach Berman and Drake Toll. And well, here's Dom Patelli, a guy's bat who has heated up. 211 average now for Patelli after a slow start. Takes a called strike. 1 home run, 7 RBI on the year for the shortstop who started every game this season for Miami and did so in exciting fashion as he lines that one down the left field line. It's curving towards the corner. It will stay fair. Patelli's around first. He's heading to second base, and he's going to pull up with a lead-off double. And the Hawks, already with 3 doubles in this game, are going to look to claw their way back into it.
Hey, let's talk about Dom for a second. He has really started to put it together at the plate as of late, and it's a really good piece of hitting. Takes the fastball inside, outs it down the line, and if you're the Hawks, you don't need to claw back and get all 6 runs here, but you need to get something.
That brings up Poncho Ruiz, the starting catcher today. A little bit of a slow start for Poncho. 184 average, 7 for 38. 2 runs batted in on the year for the San Diego State catcher who started almost every game this year for them and did so while batting .306 with 5 homers.
Yeah, he's had a tough go of things as of late, but all it really takes, especially in this league, 1 swing can turn things around.
Here's the 1-0 to Poncho. That's high for a ball, 2-0.
And at the same time, Woodward did not particularly impress me in the first inning. He was throwing a lot of balls right down the pipe, and Shaniel did a good job getting some wood on it, getting it into the gap, but you really need to start taking advantage because he's going to throw you more down the pipe if what we're seeing continues.
Here's the 2-0. Poncho goes after a fastball, does not connect on it. It's going to be 2-1 the count. Ruiz checks with the umpire. Was that in the zone anyways? Well, yes, it was, and you swung, so down goes Ruiz on the fastball there. 2-1 the count. Big lead for Patelli at second. No check by Woodward as he finds his zone with the fastball instead. Evens the count at 2-2. Poncho Ruiz, the one of 2 catchers on the Harbor Hawks. He started opening day all the way back in middle of June at Wareham at Spillane Field. He was the starting catcher. Jacob Campbell, the other half of the catching tandem. Saw him last night once again. These 2 alternate pretty much every day. Telly gets his lead at second. Woodward comes home with the 2-2. That misses well high, but what a snag by Peter Burns to prevent it from going to the backstop. Count moves to full.
Especially with a guy like Dom who's really good on the base paths, that could wind up being a big play. We've said it before, we'll say it again. Burns is one of the better defensive catchers you'll see on Cape or in Wareham all summer.
Here's the 3-2. Ruiz fights it off, stays alive. It's a good job of Ruiz from spoiling a good pitch by Woodward. Ildefonso Ruiz goes by the name Poncho. He's from Tijuana, Mexico, a sophomore at San Diego State. He played for Team Mexico in 3 Pan American games. Here's the 3-2. And he goes after a fastball. Ruiz couldn't catch up to it. That's a big out number 1 for Woodward, who settles in after the leadoff double.
Woodward gave Poncho the high fastball, and he couldn't lay off of it. And that's been a weakness for a couple of hitters in this team this season. It's been the high fastball. And, you know, you'd like to see in the second half of the year guys start to learn to lay off of it.
That brings up Rocco Pepe, the Long Beach State outfielder slash third baseman who gets to start today in right field. Pepe watches a called strike. He's batting 167 on the year, has kind of been platooned into a role in which he plays against, well, it depends on the day, but he's been playing a lot of third base lately. Some right field, some left field, but we saw him the last couple times against left-handed pitching. Now today against a righty, that one misses low. Pepe has a home run on the year, 6 runs driven in, and it's only a matter of time before that bat starts to heat up again, as it did on opening day.
More than a month ago. Can you believe it?
Yeah, time flies. Can you believe that it was less than a month ago?
It was less than a month ago, you're right.
That tells you how quick time moves down here on Cape Cod.
I mean, I got here when? June 3rd.
Yeah.
Game start. First game was June 12th.
Yep.
And since then, it has just been, it's nonstop.
Oh, yeah. We just came off a stretch where it was 7 games in a row. The off day on Tuesday. Now it's 6 in a row. That one's fouled off. The guys spent the off day on Tuesday at Fenway Park. A majority of the team went there. Some guys went fishing, a little bit of everything, some golf mixed in.
Hey, I was at Fenway Park on Tuesday.
Were ya?
Yes, I was.
How was that game?
A whole bunch of us actually made it out there.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit yesterday. We showed one of the videos of the team there out in the grandstands. Austin Strickland, Riku Nishida. Coach Beatty was at Fenway as well. And
seemingly the entire league was at Fenway.
It's a good day. One of the only times you're going to have an off day here in the Cape League. And Coach Beatty said it was something he regrets from his playing days here in the league, is not taking more advantage of the off days. As Pepe fouls it off. Patelli was in motion, so he'll have to go back to second, and we'll do it again at 1 and 2.
I mean, it lined up perfectly. It was an off day, but it was also student 9 day. I mean, come on.
You know, when the Red Sox struggle to sell tickets, they offer select tickets at $9 to students. So a lot of people take advantage of those. I've done that a couple times.
I mean, it was a beautiful day, and the Sox lost, so it was a great day.
Great day for you, not for most of those listening. That one's a called strike 3. Down goes Pepe for out number 2. Back-to-back punch-outs by Woodward. And here comes now Riku Nishida, who has built up his reputation for being one of the toughest outs in the Cape Cod Baseball League. Nishida on the season. That .226 average is deceiving, but he's one of a few players on the league who has more walks than strikeouts, as Riku has walked 10 times but only struck out 8. It's quite the accomplishment in this pitcher-heavy wood bat league.
Look, Riku has been extremely impressive at the plate, and his plate discipline, well, it really does need no introduction. The stats tell the whole story.
First pitch to Nishida. He watches that one high and outside for a ball. Riku from Mount Hood Community College.
Eventually, sooner rather than later, he's going to be teammates with Owen Diodati at Oregon.
1-0 the count to Nishida. Finds the zone, count evens up. It was a 2-run home run that gave Wareham an early lead, followed by a 5-run top of the second. Hyannis did have a run come across in the bottom of the first. Now we're here, bottom of the second inning, and we're just about an hour into this game. Still in the first 2 frames. Nishida pushes a bunt down the third base line. It's a good one. Woodward fields it, and he doesn't do so cleanly. Nishida gets into first on a push bunt down the third base line. He slides in across the bag as it's an infield single for Riku to extend the inning and put runners on the corners for Mitch Jebb, the leadoff man.
I love that from Riku. You know, get down, get dirty. There wasn't a throw. Who cares?
And he's not going to know that. He's just running to first as hard as he can, trying to get into that bag. Here's Mitch Jebb.
How many guys in this league can confidently place a bunt with 2 outs and know that there is a better chance than not they will wind up on first base? Not many.
You just saw one of them over there at first. Nishida extends the inning, gets you back to the top of the order. Jebb's 1 for 1, a double, stolen base, and a run scored for Mitch. Riku's off on the first pitch. Jebb swings at it, sends Zach Berman twisting out of his seat. Good thing there's a net here.
Hey, you know, there's one guy that can easily place down a bunt single, and it leads to another guy that can easily place down a bunt single in Mitch Jebb.
Yeah, he's done so a couple times this year. He has incredible speed out of the left-handed batter's box. He did so last night as well, I believe. He had a bunt single. Runners on the corners. Back pick to third. Diving back safely is Patelli. Nishida was creeping over at first, thinking about trying to steal second. 1-1 the count.
Man, that could have been rough. The throw from Burns, a rare defensive miscue on his part. He threw it off the bag, and Max Anderson had to really stretch out to make that catch.
1-1, 2 away. Runners on the corners, and another pickoff move, this time to first. Back in safely is Nishida. With Jebb at the plate, you're going to get a guy who doesn't strike out a ton. In 209 at-bats at Michigan State, he struck out just 16 times. That's good for 1 strikeout every 13.7 at-bats. He'll put the ball in play, and that's the reason he's in the leadoff spot. Nishida goes to second. The throw from Burns is a good one, but Nishida avoids the tag. The second time tonight, a Harbor Hawk has been beat to the bag by a throw, and the second time that they've slid around the tag.
Right, just for some reason he hesitated just a little bit, and Riku Nishida got in feet first and beat out the tag. Nothing more you could say. So now a hit's going to score 2.
Second and third, 1-2 the count to Mitch Jebb. Jebb looking for a couple more RBI on the year. He already has 4. Here's the 1-2 from Woodward. Jebb pops it up. Drifting foul. It's going to get out of play, and it will be a souvenir for a lucky fan. And it's going to go to a kid. Very nice gesture by one of the fans who caught it.
Almost hit him. It landed right in front of a dog. And the dog is just kind of looking up going, huh? Where is it? I don't know if a dog sounds like that.
One, two away, 2 on. Hawks trail 6, but have a chance to cut that down if Jebb can get this one into fair territory. Here's the 1-2. That's in the dirt. Count will even up. Mitch Jebb hitting .310 here this season. That average actually crept up a bit since his last at-bat. It's now up to .322 thanks to that double earlier in the game, and he's no stranger to hitting .300. He hit .356 with a .959 OPS at Michigan State as a sophomore. Here comes the 2-2. Jebb lines it foul. That will get out of play. Not a bad swing to protect there.
You know, there are 3 guarantees in life: death, taxes, and Mitch Jebb being a tough customer at the plate. Even if he'll strike out or put it in play for an out, he's not going to go down easy. This is a guy that will battle and grind out at bats and work your pitch count up. He is really, really, really difficult to just get a ball by him.
2-2, 2 away. Mitch Jebb looking to put this one in play. That's in the dirt, blocked by Burns, and there is the defensive brick wall that is Peter Burns behind the plate. That ball was spiked in front of the plate. He slid, squared it up with the chest, and kept it in front of home plate and kept the runners at bay. What a job by the BC Star. Jebb at the plate now with a full count and 2 men in scoring position. Here's a pitch from Woodward. He lines that one to left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Patelli scores. They're waving home Nishida. Here's the throw from left. It's offline, and it's a 2 RBI single from Mitch Jebb, and the Hawks pull a bit closer as they bring home 2.
I mean, this guy's just got ice in his veins. Come on. What an at-bat, fouls off pitch after pitch after pitch, gets the one he likes. You know, the more things change, the more things stay the same. Mitch Jebb he's the spark plug of the team. That's really just the only way you can put it.
RBI number 5 and 6 from Mitch Jebb as his batting average continues to soar, and he gives way to just as dangerous of a hitter in the form of Justin Hyannis. Jebb's going to go on the pitch. Here comes the throw from Burns to second. It gets into center field. Jebb sees it go by him, and now Mitch Jebb is heading to third. And man, the Harbor Hawks now are 3 for 3 on stolen bases in the first 2 innings, and Jebb gets an extra 90 feet thanks to his base running awareness, and now you're 90 feet away from getting even closer to closing the gap on that lead.
This guy's baseball IQ is off the chains. The way he reads the game, the way he just is able to pick up these cues and run with them, it's truly a sight to behold.
Here comes the 0-1 to Hyannis. That's high and outside.
And now you have the added benefit if you have a guy like Mitch Jebb on the base paths, and Woodward is clearly rattled.
Still 2 outs. The Hawks doing a solid job of extending the inning. Hyannis in the 2-hole today flew out to center field in the first. He goes after a breaking ball over the top of it. Count will move to 1-2.
There was some disgusting movement on that breaking ball. My goodness. Did you see that ball just flutter?
It's a little Carson wasn't on slurve right there.
Woodward comes set. Here comes the 1-2 from the right-hander. Hyannis pokes it down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It will. It hits the line. Chalk kicks up. It goes into the arm barn. And now it's a dead ball. They called it correctly this time. It didn't happen against YD, but the umpire was on top of that one. And at the end of the day, it's an RBI double for Justin Hyannis.
Well, that is one of the funnier plays you'll see in baseball because both of these arm barns are exposed. The entire Harbor Hawks bullpen just spread out. Guys climbing on the fence trying to get away from touching the baseball. They didn't want an errant out there, and in the end it works out well. Hyannis only would have gotten second base. So him standing at 2, now with Nolan Shaniel at the dish. Even if we do see a pitching change, which might happen here, the Harbor Hawks, what were you saying, Zebo, about high-scoring shootouts?
Hey, I said we were due. I said we were due.
Yeah, well, I think you were right about that.
They've scratched across now. 3 runs in the bottom of the second inning. A Jeb 2 RBI single, a Justin Hyannis RBI double, and suddenly a 6-run deficit is down to 3.
Hey, Austin, what did I say to you before we went back on air for the bottom of the 7th?
I love your hair today, is what you said to me.
Hey.
Thanks, Zach.
Now that he said something about it, I see.
Thank
Do something
you.
different?
Little
Maybe some
floof,
gel?
maybe? Yeah.
Well, it does look really
Floof,
good.
is that what they're calling it now?
That's
Floof?
what it's called.
Okay.
But what I was going to say was 27 outs. This team, they've never come back from a deficit this big.
Well, actually, it's more, 27 minus 23 now, right?
They ain't out of it yet. Remember, all of this was done
22?
with 2 outs.
Okay.
The Hawks had a runner on third with 2 outs.
Well, what do you say we call the Nolan Shaniel home run play right here?
Let's call that and send that on the pitch
com. Beatty does that. Okay, touch the nose twice, touch the ear. That's the home run play.
Here it is. Here comes Shaniel. He might have the hottest bat on the team in the last week. Already has a double tonight. Saw the ball well out of Woodward's hand and cracked it to right center in his first AB. Shaniel is now, I don't know if there's a hotter hitter in the Cape. I know his average doesn't quite show it, but every at-bat, he seems to put good wood on the ball. Here comes the 1-0. Fouls it off.
Well, the guy's batting average was, look, again, we can be candid now that we're kind of out of the woods on that one, but his batting average was bad. I mean, he's the fringe Team USA guy who was sitting 180, low 190s, and he has just burst onto the scene these last few games. Nolan Shaniel has put together now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-game hit streak, now 6-game hit streak with today's hit.
Here's a 1-1. Fouls that off again, but it's a good swing. I mean, every time Shaniel steps to the plate, he's seeing the ball well.
Well, the last time Woodward saw Shaniel was that 3-1 count, and Woodward gave Shaniel an absolute meatball that was laced into the gap for a double.
Yeah.
I think Woodward's going to be a little bit more tentative in putting something over the plate again.
Here's the 1-2. Shaniel rips that one to right field. It's going to get through for a base hit. Beatty's waving home Hyannis. Here comes the throw from right. It's not going to be in time. And the Hawks keep passing the baton as the 2-out rally continues on the RBI single from Nolan Shaniel.
Well, forget what I just said, because where was that pitch? Right over the plate.
Yeah. Strike up the Six Flag theme song right there. Nolan Shaniel with a good hit on it. The last time Shaniel didn't reach base in a ball game was June 25th. Today is July 7th. That guy, whatever it is, he's got it.
Nolan Shaniel has got it, and what Harvey Shapiro has is a long walk to the mound as he's ready to make a pitching change here at McKeon Park. The Hawks do not quit as they have struck now for 4 in the inning, all with 2 outs. Pitching change from McKeon Park. We'll get you the new pitcher's name when we return on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When you need a better place to work, CapeSpace is the place to turn. In today's changing work environment, shared workspaces offer a flexible and affordable alternative to conventional office space. At CapeSpace, we offer a wide range of membership packages to suit your professional needs, complete with office amenities like high-speed Wi-Fi, coffee, printing stations, reception service, and private meeting rooms. Visit our website today to learn more.
UFOS Active Recovery. Because life keeps you on your toes. Because you want to shine when you rise. UFOM technology absorbs impact with every step, so your body doesn't have to. Because standing still gets you nowhere. Get yours today at ufos.com. Feel better. Feel the U.
When it comes to buying or selling a home, you need a partner, not just an agent. For over 50 years, Gibson Sotheby's International Realty has set the standard in excellence and performance. A seasoned team that has thrived throughout all markets. Our agents live and work in your neighborhood and understand you. We are over 170 agents strong, backed by an in-house marketing team and global reach that is second to none.
From studios to penthouses, purchasing to renting, our team provides unparalleled real estate services.
This is your time to change your career, to advance your skills, to follow your dream. Curry College Continuing and Graduate Studies. Tomorrow is coming. Be ready.
I'm defeated, feel mistreated. I'm so angry, I'm singing a song. 'Cause I'm paying so much for home internet, and that's just wrong.
I've got T-Mobile home internet. I feel happy. Great. Very happy.
Good for you.
Look how much money I'm saving right now.
Wait, really?
There's no hidden fees, no price hikes, one cord.
Bro, wow.
Internet without BS.
Welcome back to McKeon Park. Pitching change for Wareham as Jason Woodward's day is done. As he gives way to the right-hander, Jack Sullivan. Zach, and Sullivan's in a tough spot.
Yeah, Sullivan especially in a tough spot facing Cole McConnell, who's one of the better hitters on the Harbor Hawk roster, one of the better hitters in the Cape Cod Baseball League at that.
Neither starter gets through 2 innings. Wow.
Tough day to be a starting pitcher at McKeon Park, huh? Shannon on first. 0-1 the count to Cole McConnell. Here comes the pitch. That one's in the dirt. Nice block by Peter Burns, and a tough day to be a catcher. You've already logged over an hour of game time.
Tough day to have dinner plans at 8.
Oh, no.
No, not
me.
me.
Okay.
Not me, but if someone does, not happening. No, sir.
No Pirates Cove.
No Pirates Cove.
No, certainly not.
Sullivan, though, its fastball is going to sit 88-92, so that's something to monitor. From the right side, though, Harbor Hawks can deal with that.
McConnell goes after it. 1-2 the count.
Hey, you know what would be cool if Cole McConnell ran the tie the game play here?
Ooh. Yeah,
Be cool.
Harbor Hawks are still down by 2.
It's crazy how they are still in this game.
Right.
I mean, we said it. I mean, not out of a game at any point, really, with this squad, but 7-1, and immediately a strike for 4, and you're still down 2, 7-5.
Wareham loves to spread the love. They like to score runs and let you do the same.
Runner goes on the pitch. McConnell watches it to throw to second. They got Shanuel dead to rights as the Hawks got a little bit too aggressive trying to swipe the bag. As down goes Shanuel on the base pass, but they do strike for 4 runs in the inning. Just a 2-run game. Don't go anywhere. We got lots of baseball ahead as we are just through 2 on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
If you live here, fun is your thing. If you live here, tough is your thing. Smart is your thing. Caring is your thing. If you live in Massachusetts, community is your thing. Since 1972, the Massachusetts State Lottery has provided over $25 billion to help cities and towns with the things they need most. If you live here, giving is your thing.
A brilliant idea starts at the source. Through innovative design, we're taking steps to create a better future. Now, the pure fresh taste of Dasani comes in a redesigned bottle, up to 30% made from plants, and as always, it's 100% recyclable. Plant bottle, designed to make a difference.
What if I told you that the Harbor Hawks would come into tonight, give up 7 runs in the first 2 innings, but only be down 2?
I'd say there's no way.
Well, there is a way.
What?
I know. Isn't it crazy, Drake Toll, as Brandon Neek will look to keep that game right where it is as he returns to the bump. And although a couple runs came across the mound when Neek was on the bump in the last inning, none of them charged to him. They all go to Austin Strickland.
You know what's funny?
What's that?
This time, opening day, we were 6 innings into a ball game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That game was done in 2 hours and 15 minutes, I think, or 2 hours and 6 minutes.
2 hours and 6 minutes.
2 hours and 6 minutes. We are now 1 hour and 15, and we are just about to start the top of the third.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I don't think mini golfing is happening.
Yeah, I think we established that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, we did.
Callum Clark coming up to bat now to lead things off for the Gatemen.
It's his 5th at bat.
Yeah. I mean, we might see catching changes at some point if this thing drags on.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say Poncho won't be playing tomorrow.
They don't do a whole broadcast change, do they? They don't do broadcaster changes?
No, I don't think we have relief.
Like a platoon swap in
there?
there?
Might need to.
Pull Abiella and Bria?
Oh,
just
at least we get to just talk.
Hey, Mazdak Darvari has asked me to, he's like, when can I come in the booth?
And your answer?
I said, whenever you want.
Oh. Wow. Very nice of you.
Looks like he doesn't want to then. He hasn't done it yet.
I mean, Mazdak did have his camera debut thanks to our friend Reed Becker.
Yeah, Mazdak brought a camera.
3-1 the count now. Neek behind the leadoff man of the inning, Hogan Windish.
I think we've interviewed Mazdak Darvari on camera.
We have.
And some Hawk Talk, too.
We've done Hawk Talk, and Bria did a from the sideline hit during the game with him. We'll be checking in with Bria Losick in just a little while. That one's sent to the ground to second. Riku Nishida plays it on a hop, throws to first in time. 1 up, 1 down as Neek settles in, but Riku Nishida is figuring out this McKeon Park infield, and seems like he's really understanding where the ball is going to bounce off that lip of the grass every time.
Yeah, you know, Riku's just got that. It feels like the world slows down at half speed for Riku. He's just got this uncanny ability to know where the baseball is going to go off any hop, and he seldom misplays one. They showed it there again. You know, Brandon Neek is 22 years old in 261 days.
I did not know that.
Mount Kisco, New York.
Mount Kisco, New York. I know exactly where that is.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. No, yeah, Brandon Neek is one of the older players here in the Cape Cod League, using that experience here to run a 1-1 count.
We'll have to deal with now. Brian Padilla went down looking in his first plate appearance.
This is his 4th, so we'll see what he does here. You think they'll let us bat toward the end of this one?
No.
There's a chance.
Weirder things have happened in Summer League baseball across the country. Zach Berman, you would know.
Yeah, I saw a broadcaster pitch.
Yeah.
You also sang the national anthem.
As you will.
Hey, I've been offered to do so. I've just
you will do that at some point this season.
I'm not singing the anthem.
Here's the 1-2. That one misses high. 2-2.
I told him you would Saturday, so sucking it up.
Are we even home Saturday? Yeah, we are home Saturday.
Oh, I looked. I got the schedule pulled up.
That would be Saturday, July 9th against Bourne, but we got to worry about Wareham at the moment, followed by Bourne on Friday. So a little bit of, or Falmouth on Friday, that is. That one's inside. Counts full to Padilla.
See how the pitcher for the Harbor Hawks, Brandon Neek, works out of this one. In 17 games, he pitched 42 and a third, had 19 walks, so not the best walk numbers. 57 strikeouts are solid, though.
3-2 misses, so he'll issue a free pass to the 8-hole hitter.
He had 3 walks and 3 2/3 coming in on Cape Cod. And there's a free pass there. You know, Peter Burns at the plate right now. He goes to Boston College.
That he does.
They're the Golden Eagles.
They also have a tent here.
Yes, they have a tent here tonight. They're basically giving away season tickets to football games.
Huh.
It's an effective giveaway.
Hey, I've been to a Boston College football game.
Wow.
I have not. I've actually never been to I've been to a Dean College football game.
They have football?
Yeah.
Well, you know who Boston College beat when I was there? I was actually
you
working
a
the
tiny
sideline.
top?
I was working.
This is like when
I
you
was
were a
working
child?
sideline literally 8 months ago,
Oh.
and they beat Mizzou in overtime, and it was devastating.
Well, you go to Mizzou.
That's true.
Called strike 1-1, 1 away, and a man on first.
So what were you working?
No, I was working sideline for
What do you
BC
mean
Mizzou.
working? Like the first down, second down?
No, I was literally sitting right past the sideline tweeting.
Oh. What, they just sideline tweeting?
Yeah.
They'd have that at college football games?
Tweeting for?
KCOU 88.1 FM, the best student radio station on planet Earth.
Oh.
Well,
that's a big Earth.
Yeah.
You ever heard of Japanese student radio?
Just wanted. I haven't shouted them out yet.
Oh.
Here's the 2-1 from Brandon Neek.
Hey.
I guess the belt's not in the zone tonight. 3-1
Come on
the
there,
count.
guy. Even the batter is saying, look, come on. Peter Burns is trying to, he's going to bat for Brandon Neek, pun intended.
Burns is 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. Here comes the 3-1, and Neek misses inside. Another walk issued from the Virginia left-hander, the third of the night.
Oh, and there are about 4 guys stand up in the Hyannis Harborhawk bullpen. They'll get another arm up and running, and see a call made down there. Some guys doing some loose stretching as Coach Kevin Ohm comes to the mound. You ever noticed that in this net right here just has a pretty nice baseball-sized hole in it? Did any one of these games, the foul ball is hit just right, that thing's coming right at us in the booth.
I see a few smaller holes.
No. You see this one? It's all you got to do with 2 squares in the net is break one of them in the middle, and that'll fit a baseball pretty easily. There's 2 of them right there.
I think so.
I wonder if
100%.
With how long some of these Cape League ball, I wonder if any former Cape League current major leaguers is responsible for any of these.
No, probably not. I don't think a baseball did that. Probably a bird, a harbor hawk possibly. Something. I can see where they tied it up.
Right.
Pretty good jerry rigging. Did you know it's jerry rigging?
Yes.
Someone in our broadcast booth thinks it's Jimmy rigging.
Who says that?
That's not a thing.
Abby Stokes.
Well, she would be wrong.
I know.
So
that's bad.
Tough day to be Abby Stokes, because he'd be wrong on that one.
Okay. Jeez. That's a blanket statement.
No, just kidding. Abby,
okay.
As Zach calls, Abby and Ella are wonderful producers.
Yeah, they are those.
MVPs the entire broadcast.
True.
That one misses outside. Now we're back to the top of the order. Chase Davis, 1 for 1 with a walk.
This is his 3rd at-bat in the top of the 3rd inning.
That is on pace for 9 times he will come to the plate tonight.
How about the Harbor Hawks out-hitting the Wareham Gatemen by 2, 7-5, 5-7.
Hawks are no stranger to out-hitting their opponents, as their batting average is 2nd in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Well, there's a nice strike there by Neek. I'd love to see him jerry rig a couple more of them together.
Swing and a miss.
Oh, whoa.
Yes.
Foul tip in the catcher's glove.
Or should I say Jimmy rig?
No. See, that would insinuate that he's kind of putting it together without really doing it solidly. I mean, but he knows what he's doing.
Oh.
Time is called a little bit late.
Hey, it saved Brandon Neek from tossing a ball in the dirt.
Yes, it did.
Likely Davis would have laid off. Davis came into this game 0 for 4. So congrats to him for his first hit as a Cape Cod baseball player, this summer at least.
Hey, he's had a lot of those in his time at Arizona.
Hits on Cape Cod?
Hits.
Oh. His name's Chase. And you'll usually see him chase. On the inside fastball.
Well, Neek likes to throw that fastball inside to lefties too, so we could see it here on 1 and 2.
Segue.
See, when I hear the name Chase, I typically think about
Gabriel.
Zach Chase.
Oh,
who's currently sitting down on the left of us.
Yeah.
Chase Utley.
Assistant GM, Chase Utley.
1-2, 1 away, and runners on 1st and 2nd. Here comes a breaking ball. It's skied to center field. McConnell's retreating back, but he camps under it. Makes a catch. Runner thought about tagging, but will just draw a throw. And there's out number 2 recorded by Neek here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Boy, my heart dropped there for a second.
Yeah, luckily it was short of the wall by about 40 feet, so ended up being okay. Center field is only 360 though, so. Well, but when right field is 425, now you're really looking at some funky dimensions.
Yeah, unfortunately for those listening, the dimensions here at McKeon Park a little uncertain.
Yeah.
We have some markers on the fences.
The signs have numbers on them.
The signs have numbers, but they are just not accurate, unfortunately. And, well, here comes Coach Beatty. He's apparently seen enough out of the left-hander, Brandon Neek from Virginia. And we are about to have our 3rd Harbor Hawk pitcher, and we're still in the top of the 3rd inning. Just make sure Beatty makes a change. Yes, he will. Takes the ball from Neek, and Brandon Neek will jog to the dugout, and a new pitcher will jog in just a moment on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
What are you looking forward to?
Adding a takeout window.
And more locations.
Paying off my student loans.
Juggling my 4 small businesses and staying sane.
Raising my allowance.
Finishing my painting and starting the next one.
Catching a keeper. Cashing anything.
making the most of my retirement.
Checking my balance and hopefully having one.
Whatever you want for your family, your business, or your community, talk to us at Cape Cod 5 because we're looking forward to helping you.
This is your time to change your career, to advance your skills, to follow your dream. Curry College Continuing and Graduate Studies. Tomorrow is coming. Be ready.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
My family earns respect.
My family clears bases.
My family breaks records.
My family wins MVPs.
My family gives everything.
My family makes history.
My family wins championships.
There's no family. There's no family.
There's no family.
There's no family like my family. Join the fam.
Join the fam.
Join the fam.
Welcome to the ball game. Isaiah Rhodes, the right-hander from Southern Miss, comes in to face the two-hitter in the Wareham lineup, Hogan Windish, with runners on first and second now, with two away here in the top of the third inning.
Rhodes has got that arm slot.
That he does. It's a little bit of a sidearm, slowed down delivery. Very tough on right-handed hitters. Here comes the first pitch. That one misses a bit low.
We've seen Rhodes a couple of times before.
Relatively recent addition to the roster is Rhodes, but not recent to the fact where he hasn't pitched. As you just mentioned, Drake, we've seen him before.
Yeah.
And that first outing for him wasn't the sharpest, but he did manage to get through it. That pitch misses outside, 2-0. Rhodes on the year. With one inning pitched, a hit, a run, no walks, one strikeout. He allowed a double, which brought home a run, unfortunately. Or a double that would later come in to score, that is.
Yeah.
Didn't end up hurting the Hawks in the end.
No, they did the winning thing.
Here's a 2-0 to Windish. That's going to find the zone, 2-1.
It's a good pitch. You know, you're down 2-0 in the count. Like not seeing the fear and throwing the breaking ball inside corner, just dots the corner of the plate.
2-1 to Windish, who is 0 for 1 with a punch-out, a walk, and a run scored. His third at-bat, or plate appearance, that is, of the ball game. We're still in the top of the third, if you can believe it or not. And here comes the 2-1. That's in the dirt. 3-1.
Yeah, his last appearance, he actually did not allow a walk. Gave up a hit, as you mentioned, that ended up coming home to score. Faced 5 batters in total. Current ERA is at 9. But that is just one inning of work. Originally from Hattiesburg, Texas.
Hattiesburg, Texas? I've never been. I've been to Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Never been to Hattiesburg, Texas.
And big swing and a miss by Windish. Count goes to full. With 2 outs and runners on first and second, it's Padilla on second, Burns on first. They both reached via the walk, and they'll both be off on this pitch. So if Windish puts this ball in play, it could be trouble for the Hawks with the runners moving. Rhodes gets the signs from Poncho Ruiz.
Doesn't like them. Waves off a few of them.
Big pitch here. Here comes the 3-2 from Rhodes. And that's outside, ball 4. So another walk by Harbor Hawks pitching will load the bases once again.
A lot of free passes today by the Harbor Hawks. You look at their totals over the course of this season. Hyannis, when it comes to walks given, they are second in the league. They didn't walk anybody against Bourne. They've only given up 68 free passes this year. Rhodes is a guy that came into this one from Southern Miss, and in 30 1/3 innings, gave up just 16 walks, 38 strikeouts. Uncharacteristic for him.
Now has to deal with the 3-hitter Max Anderson. Anderson, one of the toughest hitters. We've talked about his accolades in his first couple of plate appearances.
Did you know?
Yes.
Big Ten Freshman of the Year.
Oh, yep.
Uh-huh. That's the same guy.
Have a feeling I've heard that before. We're going to burn through every note we got tonight at this rate.
I'm already out, so hope you guys came prepared.
Here comes the 0-1 to Anderson. That's outside. 1-1 the count evens up to the third baseman, Max Anderson from Nebraska.
Drake, how many walks did you say the Harbor Hawks had coming into tonight?
Not very many.
They already have 6 tonight.
Oh.
Third inning.
So they're on track to giving up 18 free passes, guys.
Wow. Luckily, on track doesn't mean it will happen.
Right.
So that would be quite the ball game.
If you're batting 250, you can only go 1 for 4.
That's the rule.
Those are the rules.
We don't make them. We just hear and observe them. We just observe them.
We don't enforce them. You're right.
No, we don't make them. We don't enforce them. We just talk about them.
Did you know not a single Harbor Hawk has walked tonight?
Ah.
That's a funky stat.
And they lead the league in that category.
They do that.
Here comes the 2-1, and the 2019-2020 Gatorade Player of the Year from Nebraska whiffs at it.
All right, used that one up, didn't you?
That's a disgusting pitch. My goodness. When he gets these guys to cut on a miss, we saw Windish miss on one earlier in that past at bat. He's getting them badly.
Coming in on a righty. That sidearm slot. You don't see it till it's right on top of you. Next thing you know, you're swinging and missing.
2-2 with 2 away, bases loaded, and Rhodes gets him to chop that one to short. Don Patelli, it takes a bounce over his head. 2 runs are gonna score. Oh my goodness, nothing Patelli could do. He waited to play the hop, and it bounced 15 feet in the air and into left field.
Literally zero Don Patelli can do there. I mean, he's camped out for a ball that's typically jumping right at your chest. He's not prepared for that ball to bounce 9 feet in the air. By the time it does, it's over its head. That's just a ball hitting a divot in the infield and then taking life of its own into left field.
9-5. The Wareham lead now is 2 more runs score. Runners on first and third for Owen Diodati, who has already done damage tonight. 2 for 2, 2-run homer and an RBI single.
And man, you got to feel for Patelli because nothing typically gets past him. And he had that ball squared up, played perfectly, and all of a sudden it just went absolutely flying.
First pitch to Diodati from Rhodes is a good one. Gets him chasing in the dirt. 0-1.
Well, if you like offense,
yeah.
Hello. Glad to have you tonight.
I feel bad for the people who love offense and watched last night and the people who love pitching and are watching tonight.
Yeah.
It's a tough go.
If you're somebody that loves both,
Tough to make you happy, huh?
Yeah.
Here comes the 0-1, and he goes back to the well and gets Diodati swinging again. I guess you'll take like a 3-2 ball game or something.
Yeah.
If you like both. If you just like baseball, well, we got a good one for you. 9-5 the score, and we are just in the top of the third inning, so hope you guys brought your sleeping bags, as we are staying over tonight at the ballpark.
Brought my mini golf club.
The 0-2 is waved on and missed. Down goes Diodati, and after about 30 minutes in a pitching change, the Hawks get out of the top of the third. 2 more runs come across as Wareham leads it 9-5, and the Hawks have been one of those teams who have racked up the ties as of late. With more on that, let's send it down to our sideline reporter, Bria Losick.
Is now in session.
Thanks, guys. At the midway point in the season, a Cape Cod Baseball League record has already been broken. This season, we have seen the most ties in league history with 19. To put that into perspective, last year's total was 17. Now, the Hawks are responsible for 5 of this year's 19 ties, including 3 in the last 10 games. Now, only Bourne has more ties than Hyannis, who the Hawks just happened to play last night, tying 1-1. I talked to catcher Jacob Campbell before the game, and he said that even though late inning dramatics are lost with ties, you also gain an interesting perspective when including counting into the league standings, as they're equal to 1 point. Something that the Harbor Hawks have definitely taken advantage of so far this season. Back to you guys.
Give them another round of applause there.
As always, thank you very much, Bria, for another terrific sideline report.
She's not kidding either. These ties have been insane this season. I'm not sure I knew the exact totals, but
19 as
already
a league.
Surpassing the record?
Yeah.
Something's got to be done.
That's a fair statement.
Someone needs to be held accountable for this.
19 ties, and we are just halfway through the season. So we're on pace league-wide for 38 ties. The record in a season previously was 16.
Yeah. Now, I won't plagiarize this. Our director of broadcasting, Harrison Myers, said that his idea was to have a 10th inning, put a runner on second base.
That was my idea last night that I pitched to the entire booth.
Oh, no, it was your idea. It was your idea.
It was my idea.
That's right.
Last night.
I gave credit to Harrison Myers, who didn't have that idea. It was solely you.
Yeah.
You have a monopoly on ideas about extra innings, don't you?
No, I don't.
Oh,
but I was the one who said that last night.
He said it too.
After I said it.
Yeah.
Not letting that one go.
Okay. Okay.
0-1 to Cole McConnell, who stands in for, believe it or not, just the second time.
You win, Mr. Dakuda.
Don't care if I win, but hey. Here's the 0-1. That's inside, and
it hit him.
Thought it did, but
let's see.
Cole could have probably sold that one a little bit better than he did.
Yeah, I think he's looking to swing away in this at bat.
I guess so. All right, Cole, sweet. Why not? Cole's got 7 RBI this year. How many do you have?
0.
Yeah, I thought so.
How many do you have?
Hey, shut up.
McConnell's only plate appearance, he flew out to left field in this ball game. That was all the way back in the bottom of the first inning, which was an hour ago, but somehow we're still in the bottom of the third.
I was 16 years old.
Were you?
Wouldn't you believe?
I just got my driver's license when that inning happened.
Yep. Here we are today, so much older and wiser.
Yeah. 7:37 the time. As here comes the pitch from Sullivan. That one's fouled back.
Sullivan in
Jack.
total, looking at his stuff. No, that was the pilot's name from that movie Sully.
Haven't seen it.
Tom Hanks? Really? You haven't seen any movies. So Sullivan in his spring at a .79 ERA.
That's pretty good.
22.2 innings pitched, 188 opponent batting average. Yeah, that's all right. Fastball 74% of the time against lefties.
Here's the 2-2 to Cole McConnell. He goes after it, flies it down the left field line. It's going to head over to the arm barn and out of play. Sploosh. Got to figure we'll see Wes Burton at some point tonight out of the
I think we're going to see everybody tonight.
Pretty much.
Maybe Jake Berry. Pretty much.
They've asked me if my arm is warm.
Yeah.
I said yes.
Hope so. At that electric 4-seam fastball.
Yeah, it's really the 2-seam that gets it done, though.
Yeah. The only pitchers really unavailable tonight are Baumeister, Magdiel Cotto. He's supposed to start in the coming days. Brody McCullough. But for relievers, Jordy Allard is unavailable as he pitched 2 last night, and Ethan Hammerberg. But pretty much every other reliever could throw.
You're unavailable.
Yeah, nope, definitely.
Yeah, but you also have a weekend full of games left. You don't want to burn everybody.
Well, you might not have a choice.
You don't want to burn anybody. That would be violent.
Full count to Cole McConnell. Here comes the windup and the pitch from Sullivan. McConnell skies that one to right field. Drifting back is Clark, and a few steps in front of the warning track, he makes the catch for out number 1. One up, one down. Drake, I know you walked around the outfield earlier today, and we're helping with our center field camera setup.
I did.
Did you notice how long the warning track is out there?
I noticed some grass and then some gravel, and the gravel was pretty long.
I mean, I don't know what the standard is for a warning track in terms of like width, but when you say it's hit the warning track like that ball, it wasn't particularly close to going out, but it did reach the warning track.
How could it? It's 375 to right field.
That's fair.
What do you want?
So while Clark was camped out just before the warning track, wouldn't say it was.
What is the standard warning track?
Zach Berman, you have to know.
You ever seen a warning track and thought, that's standard?
I mean, every ballpark is different, so.
Are they, though?
That's
what we're asking.
What a great point you've made.
Yeah, every ballpark is different.
There's no standard warning track.
Is there? We don't know that. We do not know that.
I feel like we know that. I'm with Zach on this one. There can't be a standard. Like, who has set the standard for warning track? You ever been to Wrigley? Hell of a warning track out there, huh?
Yeah, right.
That's a strike.
1-2 to Christian Moore. He didn't like that call, and he's 0 for 1 today with a pop-up.
Yeah, Christian. That's how they call them when they're in the zone.
Warning tracks in Major League parks are roughly 15 feet.
See, roughly.
Yeah.
Not like standard. There's an average.
A minimum.
Average for everything.
There is a minimum, 3 feet.
Oh.
Not much of a warning. Here's the 1-2. That's outside. 2-2, one away.
So does someone have a 3-foot warning track?
That's a good question.
I
Well,
mean,
that's a college.
You're
that says,
one Google away, my friend.
Here's Zach. I'll just
one Google away.
I mean, ESPN has an article saying baseball's warning track is useless.
How'd you know that?
Ground ball up the middle, backhanded by Padilla. The throw is in time. Nice play by the second baseman for out number 2.
Harbor Hawks like to get a run here. You just keeping pace with Wareham, being able to answer consistently would be great. And that starts with the Dominic Patelli two-out rally. What do you got there? Jury rigging?
Yes.
Oh.
I still haven't switched out of that.
That's new. That's a third one. Jerry, Jimmy, Jury. Judy rigging. Don't even get me started.
Dom Patelli back at the dish. He's 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Here comes the pitch from Sullivan. Patelli shows bunt, pulls it back 0-1. He likes to do that a lot on the first pitch he sees. At least
take a strike?
Make you think about the bunt.
Oh.
He shows bunt a lot early on in the count.
Yeah.
Here comes the 0-1. Goes after that one 0-2. Sullivan's working quickly and in the zone.
I think if he didn't think about it, and just laid one down, probably be pretty successful. He's a fast guy. Got some speed. Some zip.
There comes the 0-2. In the dirt, blocked by Burns. 1-2 the count. Patelli has great range at short, good speed on the base pass, and he's starting to swing the bat even better as that batting average continues to climb as he's now up to 224 on the year.
Yeah.
Here comes the 1-2 inside to Dom.
Good eye by Dom.
Hit a pair of grand slams this year at Miami, in addition to making SportsCenter for a top 10 defensive play.
He's that guy?
That's him.
Same Dom Patelli.
Same Dom Patelli from Miami.
You don't say.
Here comes a windup in the 2-2 from Sullivan. He pops it foul out of play off towards the parking lot. A souvenir for a car.
Wonder how long we will see Jack Sullivan. He's gone 1 2/3 against Brewster earlier this year. Only surrendered 2 hits. Against Bourne, he went a third of an inning. Against YD, he went 1 inning. Falmouth, a third of an inning.
2-2 outside, 3-2. I mean, trying to ask your relievers to stretch tonight. I mean, you got both starters out of the ball game in the second inning. So
welcome to the game. It's the third.
It's so tough for these guys to get loose maybe an hour before they expected to.
Yeah.
Here comes the full count to Dom Patelli, and the pitch is fouled off once again as Dom continues to battle.
This is a good job staying alive by Dom. He's fought off a couple really good pitches, and if you get him up, then if you get him on, then you have Poncho. But this game far from over, and
that's true.
Hey,
yeah, we still have 6 innings. So yeah. Here comes the 3-2, and Patelli chases a fastball out of the zone and will go down on strikes to end the inning. So we have a 1-2-3 inning. It only took a little bit to get there, but the Hawks go down in order as we head to the 4th on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Bronk.
What up, TB?
What do you think my next move should be? Give it to me straight. Maybe it's just time I hang him up.
I got one word for you. Retirement. If you retire now, you're gonna be walking on soft sand in a week. Just come to Florida and feel the wind in your hair. Retirement is like winning another one. Maybe I'll even join you.
On the Spotty Network, this is what Tom heard.
If you retire now, you're soft and weak. Just come to Florida and win another one. Maybe I'll even join you.
Just go win another one.
Like it's that easy, Gronk. Maybe it is. I still feel like I have a lot to accomplish.
My goal is to win one more.
And Gronk's coming with me.
I'm retired from retiring? Mom, where are my football pants?
Don't trust big decisions to just any network. Go with T-Mobile, the GOAT in 5G.
And I'm not soft or weak either.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
Welcome back to the top of the 4th inning at McKeon Park. Austin Nakuda, Zach Berman, Drake Toll for this Western Division battle between the Hawks and the Wareham Gatemen. Hyannis came into this game at 2nd in the West, while Wareham came in just below that as we take a look at the standings. Katuitt continues to pace the league at 14-4-4, good for first place. Hyannis, we mentioned, in second. Bourne in third, followed by Wareham in fourth, Falmouth in fifth. And in the other division, the East, things are a little bit more wide open, you might say, because really any team can take that division at this point, and Harwich and Chatham off to a start that they would like to forget.
Well, what if I told you that Bourne has dropped a 12 spot on Katuitt tonight?
They're up 12-5 on Katuitt.
In
but
the ninth
that
inning.
one's still, there's still a chance. Katuitt's got an opportunity to come back, and you never know what'll happen, especially with the ball. I mean, the ball's flying out at every ballpark tonight.
Yeah. Bourne with a touchdown lead.
Bye-bye, Katuitt.
Hey, Wareham. 9-5 the lead for the Gatemen.
I thought about hey, Hyannis. It just kind of makes sense.
It does.
Alliteration.
Triple H.
Hey, Harbor Hawks.
Hey, Hyannis, Harbor Hawks.
Oh,
now
too
we're
much.
getting something.
Too
Oh,
much.
boy. Rhodes, wow. That's a pitch to get a swing at.
All right.
It's like
right. I mean, Poncho Ruiz had to dive to get that ball. It was that far off the plate. They actually call it 4 C's. I think that's what they call it. I actually study at their library.
You study at their library?
Yeah, it's a good study spot.
What do you study?
Yeah.
Summer classes.
Here's the 0-2 from Rhodes. Ground ball to second. Nishida moves to his left. He'll wait on it, make the play, throw to first in time without any trouble for out number 1 as Blake Wright goes down. 4-3 on the putout. Brings up Alan Roden, who was 0 for 1, but he did reach on a hit by pitch. Later came around to score a run as part of that disastrous second inning where Wareham put up a 5 spot.
Yeah, that wasn't the most fun thing. Luckily, the Harbor Hawks scored 4 runs in the bottom of the second to keep pace, but
first pitch to Roden, hit on the ground between second and first, and Nishida's dive is not going to get there in time as that one gets through to right field for a 1-out single.
Wareham just evened up the hits with Hyannis. They're 7th. Hyannis has 7. We've talked about how in the last few games the hitting has not been very timely for the Harbor Hawks, but walks have also been a big part of this game where Hyannis dished out 6 free passes, 7 free passes.
Too many.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
In this game, it is now up to 6 is the number.
What?
6 free passes.
Oh. I heard 2-6, and I was confused.
Cullum Clark at the plate, 1 for 2 on the night with a single and a run scored.
What do you think we could do to get that umpire out of the way of the shot?
Ask nicely. Just give him a point.
Be respectful.
Uneventful. Sportsmanship Award's a thing.
Is it here?
Yep.
That one's grounded foul. It was YD who won the Sportsmanship Award last year.
We're on track.
Adrian Saravo, a Harbor Hawk, was a nominee for it last year as well.
Wait a second.
Is
there
there
players against the
I
Sportsmanship
believe
Award?
so, too, yes.
How do they determine that?
To do that?
I mean, it's
Don't
pretty
know.
easy to determine how a guy can be unsportsmanlike, but
I think it's just as easy to determine how they can be sportsmanlike.
Is it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the super sportsmanlike guys kind of
Here's
like
the
stay
0-2 to Clark, and he fouls it off, stays alive.
You know, a lot of the super sportsmanlike guys, like, if you're just super quiet, does that and just like stay out of the public eye? Like, does that
We got a race for the ball, and Hyannis lost it.
Swing.
The ball boy and ball girl tonight are racing for the baseballs that are fouled off behind home plate.
And make it fun.
Well, 2 hours into their job. Got to find things to do. That one hit on the ground. A second could be 2. Nishida plays it on a hop. On is short for 1. The throw to first is not in time as it trickles away. But Clark has good speed. Would have been safe anyway on the fielder's choice. Makes it 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, 2 down. Runner still on first base. The only thing that I like to request is to not allow a seeing eye home run here where the guy just sticks. Remember that about an hour and a half ago?
Yeah.
But stuck his bat out and just poked it over the fence.
Brian Padilla now at the plate, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Eight of the 9 Wareham hitters have reached base safely tonight. It's a good start, and we're just in the top of the 4th.
You know what we haven't seen?
What's that?
We've not seen a Harbor Hawk with 4 hits in a game. Just 4 hits.
We've seen 4 walks in a game, but
We've
never
seen
4
3
hits.
hits, but yeah, not 4 hits. Quite the
McConnell had,
task.
was McConnell that had 3?
Yes.
We haven't seen 3 many very often.
Rocco Pepe had a 3-hit game early in the year.
That's right. By early, you mean game 1 and 3 for 4?
The earliest possible game.
I think one of those should have been an error, though, or 2, or that whole game.
I mean, the home run was an error by the pitcher, but not by Rocco. As swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. So a little confusion on the field as they were looking for 4 outs, but only need 3, and down goes Padilla on the strikeout to end the inning. Rhodes works out of a 1-out single and keeps the deficit where it is. 9-5, the Wareham lead on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Traffic is treacherous. There's a fender bender on the pike. Gonna be a wicked commute. The expressway's backed up to the gas tanks. Gridlock. Crawl. Snarl. Jam up. Bottleneck. Log jam. 128 is a parking lot. You'll be late for supper tonight.
Keeping your car road ready is what we do best. At Sullivan Tire, we're always here to get you there.
Hey, we get you there too.
Having a 5G phone that's not on T-Mobile makes as much sense as playing ice hockey. Using pool noodles. Get out of the penalty box with 5G coverage like this. T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. T-Mobile, more 5G bars in more places. Another reason T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
Welcome back into McKeon Park. Austin Takuda, Drake Toll, Zach Berman welcoming you to Judy Walden Scarefile Field, where runs have not been at a premium tonight. 14 combined runs on 14 combined hits between these two teams.
After last night's 1-1 draw in 9 innings, things have certainly taken a different turn.
That they have, and for the Hawks, it's been quite the deficit to battle back from. They were down 7-1 early. Then they clawed it back to 7-5, and then Wareham tacked on 2 more. Now it's 9-5 in favor of the Gatemen. And for the Hawks, they'll send to the plate this inning the 7-8-9 hitters. Pancho Ruiz, Rocco Pepe, Riku Nishida. Ruiz, Rocco, Riku. Due up.
Yep. You know, that ball that hops over the head of Dominic Patelli, that probably the play that hurts you most in this ball game, because without that, it's still a 2-run game. You get one bad hop, and it doubles the lead for Wareham. Certainly not what you want.
Pancho Ruiz tonight 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He did so swinging. And how about Jack Sullivan out of the bullpen for Wareham? 1 1/3 so far of perfect baseball. Add in a punch out, and you have yourself a pretty good day.
Yeah.
He's been in the zone. He's been efficient, and he's missed bats. Here comes the 0-1 breaking ball. Ruiz skies that one high and deep to left field. It's going to stay in the yard as drifting over is Diodati to make the catch. 1 up, 1 down.
Man, I jumped up. That looked good off the bat. He just got under it.
Just needed about another 50 feet as Ruiz heads back to the dugout, and that'll bring up Rocco Pepe, who went down looking earlier in the ball game. That was the bottom of the 2nd inning. As Pepe gets to start today in right field. Seen him at 3rd base, seen him in left field, a little bit of everything for the Juice Rabbit.
Yeah, you got a stretch here with more Patelli, Ruiz, and Pepe. Every guy is at the 220 mark or below, with Ruiz at 175, Pepe at 163 in the batting average category. If you can get some sort of production from these 3 guys, that's where the lineup, if they can wake up.
Well, won't be at this at-bat in which they wake up as Pepe flies it to 2nd base. Padilla makes the catch. Couple of quick outs here recorded by Jack Sullivan. And Drake, you mentioned it, the bottom of the order has to kind of wake up collectively, but one guy who's been doing it has been Riku.
Right, and Riku, again, the toughest out of the team. If his average sits around the 240, 250 range, his OBP sits 370 or above, he's doing his job. But when you got 3 or 4 guys sandwiched in there who all have pretty low batting averages, that's, I mean, the opposing team's licking their chops when those guys come to the plate. And so far tonight, they have yet to log more. Dominic Patelli has the only hit in that group of guys. So that stretch has to come to life for the Harbor Hawks to keep up in a game that's a race to 15 right now.
Riku takes a called strike. He had a single, stole a base, scored a run in his first at-bat. Typical Riku Nishida fashion as he watches that one go by. 1-1 the count evens up. Nishida Batting average has risen again as he sits at now 241 on the season. Here comes the 1-1. Riku pops it foul out of play, 1-2.
Yeah. Nishida down in the count with 2 strikes on him here. You'll see the old leg kick up there, clean the plate off.
Almost feels like there's a new wrinkle to his routine every time he steps up. That little tap on the plate right there. Now, sometimes you don't see not every Riku 2-strike adjustment is the same.
Here comes the windup and the 1-2 pitch from Sullivan. Riku slaps it down the left field line, out of play, into the bushes, and Riku lives to see another day as he takes his right-handed warm-up swings before stepping into the left-handed batter's box.
Well, I would love nothing more than Riku Nishida to take a 15-pitch at-bat right here. I mean, Sullivan's one of the better guys out of the bullpen for Wareham, so I'd be just fine with that.
It's a weak grounder to the left side. Anderson moves to his left, makes the throw on the run. It is not in time. Riku beats it out.
That was perfectly played by Anderson, too.
Harvey Shapiro.
Here comes Harvey.
Here he comes.
He is racing, sprinting out of the dugout. Go, Harvey.
Some pep in the step from Shapiro as he's going to go have a conversation with the first base umpire, Rich Cabral. That's the second infield single of the night for Riku Nishida, and Shapiro didn't like it at all. Nishida is one who really sparked the 2-out rally in the bottom of the second inning, seeing if he can do the same thing here. And after Shapiro's conversation, which he continues to have on the way back to the dugout, things will remain the same as Riku is safe. And bro, you see that?
You can't play that any better than Max Anderson did. Riku is just that fast.
Back to the top of the order for Mitch Jebb, who's off to quite the start in this one. 2 for 2, a double, a single, 2 runs batted in, 2 stolen bases. What else can this guy do tonight?
Hey,
hit a home run.
That could be it.
Listen to this. Top 3 guys in the lineup, 5 for 6 with 3 extra base hits.
That will play. Riku gets his lead off first here. He's going to go on the pitch, and here comes a throw from Burns. That one is way offline, gets into center field. Riku's just going to keep on running. Nishida is going to head to third. On a stolen base for the second time today, Peter Burns has fired a ball into center field and has allowed a Harbor Hawk to go first to third on 1 pitch.
Well, they told Peter it was Boston College night tonight. He saw the tent out there, and that was it for him. The pressure was on. He knew that his classmates were watching, and since then, he just hasn't been the same. A little shaky behind the dish.
He's been good in terms of blocking the ball and keeping it in front of him, but on base runners tonight has yet to been able to really find the groove. He did eliminate Nolan Shanuel, but otherwise the Hawks are having success trying to swipe the extra bag. 4 for 5 now already on stolen bases.
Yeah.
0-2 to Mitch Jebb with 2 away. Here comes the pitch. That's in the dirt. See, there's Burns' strength right there, blocking the baseball, keeps it in front of him as the count moves to 1-2.
Oh, boy, and if there wasn't 2 strikes on Jebb, there's only 1 strike on Jebb here. A push bunt down the third base line would be something majestic. Look, he's been so good at that all year.
And the Hawks did bunt with 2 outs and a man on earlier in the ball game. That was Riku who did so, and Jebb, just as good of a bunt kind of guy, if not better than Riku.
Yeah.
But with a 1-2 count, probably not what's going to happen here. Here comes the pitch from Sullivan, misses low, and the count evens up. So Mitch Jebb works his way back here to look to extend the inning.
Yeah, Jebb can get on. Right behind him is Justin Hyannis, who's 1 for 2 tonight with an RBI, and Nolan Shanuel following him up. Zach, you mentioned it. That's a gauntlet of 3 guys. When you line up Nishida out of the 9-hole, 4 guys straight right there that tonight are all hitting really well.
Absolutely. And you mentioned Riku, the second leadoff bat.
Jebb's average is now at .333. Here comes the 2-2. He hits that one on the ground to second. Padilla is there. Fields the hop, makes the throw. The Hawks do strand a runner as Sullivan continues to work well on the mound for the Wareham Gatemen. We're through 4 complete innings. It has been 2 hours on the dot on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news. Some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
If you live here, fun is your thing. If you live here, tough is your thing. Smart is your thing. Caring is your thing. If you live in Massachusetts, community is your thing. Since 1972, the Massachusetts State Lottery has provided over $25 billion to help cities and towns with the things they need most. If you live here, giving is your thing.
As John Rhodes returns to the mound for the top of the 5th inning, Austin Akuta, Zach Berman, Drake Toll, as he'll have to deal with 9-1-2, Burns, Davis, and Windish. And John Rhodes from Southern Miss, Zach, has had some good success in his college career, has carried it over to the Cape.
John Rhodes?
Isaiah Rhodes.
John Rhodes.
John Rhodes is somebody who's going to get drafted this year.
I think you're thinking of John Q.
Nope, John Rhodes is in the draft.
John Q. You're thinking of John Q.
Nope.
John Wayne?
John Rhodes is going to get drafted this year.
John Krasinski?
Train in the distance?
I do.
Okay.
Who is John Q?
John Q?
I don't know who that is.
No chance. You've never seen John Q. Denzel Washington. It's a movie about injustice.
Well, Peter Burns is 1 for 1 today. Also walked. He's scored both times that he's reached base.
Not that Peter Burns?
Not that Peter Burns.
Yeah. Good thing we got that one in.
Yep.
Called strike to Burns. 0-1. Isaiah Rhodes to this point, 1 1/3, 2 hits, no runs, a walk, and 2 punch-outs on the line. There is no action yet. Wes Burton's stretching. I haven't seen him throw. He probably has,
He just threw one.
I missed it.
George Apple Bananas catching him out there.
0-2 now to Burns. Wes Burton.
You know, I got the same feeling when we saw Rosario pitch for the first time. I really like the stuff that Rhodes has. This breaking stuff is really throwing a lot of these guys off, and Rhodes was put into a tough spot out of the gate, so I don't think we're really going to see the full extent of what he can do until maybe the next time he comes out.
That one's hit on the ground to first. It's going to go foul just to the right of the first base bag. And
Rhodes reminds me a lot of O'Halloran as one of those guys that maybe they're kind of unassuming coming in and they become the hero of the bullpen almost. When they come in, they get their job done. And it feels like everybody really likes the stuff they pump out. We talked to Mazdak Darvari, Zach Chase, and Nick Johnson. These are guys who have just been stars for the Harbor Hawks from doing their job.
Comes the 0-2 to Peter Burns, and he goes fishing, but comes up empty. Ruiz will have to throw it to first to clean it up, and he does so successfully as Rhodes shows you the stuff that Drake was talking about.
Yep.
The elite breaking pitch gets a strikeout and sends Burns packing for out number 1.
Now, Zach, does he have to add velo to the fastball to be able to compete at the next level, or do you feel like he's ready now?
I would say so. I think you need a solid 3-4 pitches to go, I'd say, higher than top-of-the-line college ball. But that breaking ball, if you're a scout, you're watching that pitch, you say, okay, this guy clearly has the stuff. So maybe you build a little bit more muscle, you put up a couple more dots in that fastball, and yeah, he might have the stuff.
Yeah. Well, he's decided to forgo the high pants that exposed the socks today after that sock gate, and the last time he was on the mound.
He was sock gate.
Remember
that was Rhodes.
Yeah, Rhodes came in, high pants, showing you the bright blue socks, and they just would not stay up. So he said, forget that. That's in the past. That one's hit off of home plate. It will go foul as soon as Ruiz touches it. There we go. 1-1 the count. Seen weirder things happen this year where balls have gone well foul, rolled back fair, and there's been a runner who hasn't run. Seen bunts roll all the way down to the third baseline, stay fair.
Remember when Rhodes had that walk?
It was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while
and it
back.
was like, well, you know, how's the control? Yeah, 24 strikes, 7 balls.
I'd say that's okay.
I thought he'd walk 2. Well, it's not physically possible.
Inside, 2-1.
Hey, Drake, remember when you said that Katuitt
could
potentially come back? Well, they almost did. They did wind up losing 12-5. So if Hyannis...
Hold on.
It was 12-5
It was 12-5
at the time.
Excuse me, 12-7. My bad.
Well, it's 2-1 now with the man at the plate, Chase Davis, as that one misses low. 3-1 the count with 1 away. Davis is 1 for 2 with a single, a fly out, a walk. He's done a little bit of everything, including score 2 runs.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, Zach. The Harbor Hawks need to win this game now to pull within a game and a half of Katuitt.
3 points is all you're going to be if you can figure out a way to scratch 4 or 5 runs across.
Or maybe tie here. Why not?
Tie, you're 2 games back.
All set on the tie as Davis checks his swing, but he went around, says home plate umpire Jason Klump.
You know, I'm generally anti-tie, but, you know, I'd be okay with a tie tonight considering the circumstances.
Well, his curveball was legit. So I've got to say, losing him was a big piece out of the starting lineup for the Harbor Hawks. Out of Charleston. Big tie guy.
Tie good. That was a good one. That one is hit hard to left. Moore's ranging back. It's going to be over his head and kick up against the wall. Rounding first, heading to second is Davis, and he will stand up safely with a one-out double.
Well, you really have to be careful. When you throw a lot of breaking balls, you don't want to hang one. And that one just got way too much of the plate.
That brings up the NC Greensboro DH, Hogan Windish. He's an infielder by trade, but Harvey Shapiro's had him in the outfield most of the summer. Windish today, 0 for 1, a pair of walks and a run scored.
Yeah, no double play in play here either.
Outside for a ball to Windish, and
yeah,
we'll see. This probably be the last inning for Rhodes.
Likely. Looks like Wes Burton's the guy to come out next. Hope we get 2 innings out of him. Maybe.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
He's pitched against Wareham before, so a little bit of familiarity with him. As that one's hit on the ground, foul. Windish was 0 for 4 yesterday. He's had 4 multi-hit games.
Yeah.
He finished his redshirt junior season batting .370 with 16 home runs. That one's called strike 1-2.
Good pitch from Rhodes there. See if he can work his way back, maybe get another punchy, and then find his way out of the top of the 5th. Harbor Hawks still have over half this ball game worth of outs. 15, if I do my math correct.
15 outs.
Crawl back into this one, and Wareham loves to give up runs.
The 1-2. Fouled off, and
have we seen the Hawks hit double digits yet this season? I don't think we have. I don't think we have.
No, probably not.
And if we want to win this thing, double digits are the only way.
Yeah.
So is tonight a night to blaze some trails, to break some barriers?
That's a way to put it. Maybe.
Here's the 1-2. Gonna miss low, grabbed by Poncho before it can get too far away.
Well, that's good jazz right there from Isaiah Rhodes, because that ball from the right side, for right-handed hitters, it starts at your butt. And by the time it lands, it's almost in the strike zone. So you feel like it's going to hit you. And that sidearm motion gives you plenty of room to work a ball back into the strike zone.
Here comes the 2-2 from Rhodes. Breaking ball hit hard on the ground, but foul down the third base line.
Yeah, that's right. Rhodes did give up that double. That pitch right there is reminiscent of it. Just leaves that breaking ball hanging a little bit too much on the inside, and that's where he got in trouble. Let off a double, I think went over the head of Christian Moore in that game.
YD. It was a double to the fence. And then that run later came around to score.
What a weird game that was.
I forgot about that one. Harbor Hawks won.
That they did. Tonight's going to take a little bit to claw their way back into this one. Trailing 9-5. And we're in the top of the 5th inning. One down, and here's the 2-2 pitch. And he went around.
Absolutely.
What a nice pitch there on the breaking ball. That's a hesitant swing, but he did complete it for a strikeout.
Well, good afternoon to Isaiah Rhodes. He has now logged his 4th strikeout for the Harbor Hawks. That will play. Rhodes came in, and while his whip is not the best, he's still been able to fairly shut the Wareham Gatemen down fairly well. No earned runs.
That brings up Max Anderson. He wastes no time, deposits a single into left field, and they're going to hold the runner at third, and they do so wisely as Christian Moore shows off the cannon.
What a throw.
So runners at the corners now with 2 down, and it's probably still going to be Rhodes' jam to work himself out of.
A lot of oohs and ahs off that throw from Simo. See that Tom Fitzgerald got fired? New Jersey Devil Tom Fitzgerald got fired today.
No, he didn't.
In like a half hour ago.
No, he didn't.
How? What? Yeah, I had a notification pop on my phone.
Sure.
Oh.
Owen Diodati, 2 for 3 today. Had that 2-run homer earlier, a single, and he's got runners on the corners with 2 away looking to do more damage.
Pro or con fire Tom Fitzgerald?
Pro.
Wow. Okay. Tell us how you really feel.
Big Devils fan?
Yeah, they had the NHL draft going on right now, and they reached the
that's
second
what it
overall
is.
pick.
Oh.
And
where do they pick?
They picked second overall and
No,
reached.
they picked in New Jersey.
Oh, they reached with it. I thought you said
Yeah.
we just got to the
Took
second
no,
pick.
no, they just reached the second over. They took Simon Nemec, a Slovakian defensive, good player, just not the guy you take at second overall.
You know, I have a friend who works for Wareham, and his dad is the Devils GM.
Really?
Yes.
Not
No,
Tom Fitzgerald.
no.
Not Tom
Please don't be
Fitzgerald.
Tom Fitzgerald. Okay.
Wait,
Ooh, that
who?
would have been bad.
Oh, you don't know him.
Oh.
Fuse?
It's not Fuse. It's one of their writers.
Oh, okay.
His roommate from school. Yep, his dad's the Devils GM.
Wow.
Or
Really?
works in that front office. What's
Tom Fitzgerald is I think he's a Boston area guy.
Is Fitzgerald the GM?
Yeah.
Oh. 2-1.
Hey, the pick got booed at the Devils. The Devils. What do you call it? The draft party.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that's not
as
good.
we know, fans' reactions are
Yeah.
determined
His
how.
family was probably there too. Poor Simon.
Well, focusing on the sport that we're playing today.
Focusing.
Yeah, that's it.
Focusing.
Here's the 2-1. Okay.
Oh, good pitch.
Hey. I like that. Thank you for the call there. You see Judy Walden-Scarafile in the press box over here to our right. You can see her for the center field camera too.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Just above the voice Tim Elstrom announcer's booth.
Looking over her field.
Yeah.
2-2, 2 men on and 2 away.
Oh.
Diodati holds up 3-2. So the runner from first, Max Anderson, will be off on the pitch as we're now full with 2 outs.
Well, it's huge here to get another out without Wareham striking. If they make this game 10-5, that, not to say the Harbor Hawks would give up, but that's just an absolute killer.
Here comes the 3-2. And a called strike 3. Rhodes is fired up as he picks up his 5th punch out of the night. What a job by Isaiah Rhodes as he slams the door with a couple Wareham runners on. The Hawks coming up to bat, chasing 4 on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
What are you looking forward to? Adding a takeout window?
And more locations.
Paying off my student loans.
Juggling my 4 small businesses and staying sane.
Raising my allowance.
Finishing my painting and starting the next one.
Catching a keeper. Cashing anything.
Making the most of my retirement.
Checking my balance and hopefully having one.
Whatever you want for your family, your business, or your community, talk to us at Cape Cod 5 because we're looking forward to helping you. Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news. Some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th inning. Austin Akuta, Zach Berman, Drake Toll in the Tim Elstrom broadcast booth as the Harbor Hawks have some outs to work with and some runs to make up here. 9-5 the score, and they're going to have just the guys you want up to start to chip away. It's 2-3-4. Hyannis, Shanuel, and McConnell. And what a job by Isaiah Rhodes. Helped out a bit by his defense in that last half inning to hold Wareham at bay.
If the Harbor Hawks are to come back and either tie and win this game, I want you to go back to the top of the 5th inning and remember that throw by Christian Moore to hold the runner at third.
Not gonna lie, Zach, my memory bank is almost full. I'm gonna have to forget something if I'm gonna remember that one. So there goes the Alamo.
See you later.
Oh no. That's a
one rule. One rule they give us.
Don't talk about Fight Club.
Break the rule.
Yep.
Don't talk about Fight Club. That's the one rule.
Yeah, no, and the Alamo thing. Watch, I don't remember what the thing is anymore now. I
Forgot it.
That's to give up on it.
You're remembering the Christian Moore throw, so that thing is now gone.
Glad that I have that one though.
Yeah.
Here's
Justin Hyannis, and if you remember that, he doubled in his last at-bat, which brought in a run, and he later scored as well.
You know where Hyannis goes to college?
Illinois.
Champaign, yeah.
That one is skied down the left field line. That will go foul. That was about the track that the Owen Diodati ball was on, and that one was able to stay fair.
Well, you know it. But there's another Illinois Fighting Illini on the roster.
Wouldn't you know it? And his
Justin
name
Campbell. He's the catcher
Yes,
for.
he
Oh
is.
no, Jacob Campbell. That's Justin Janis. Jacob Campbell, the catcher, also from Illinois. So great to have two guys that are teammates. They get to play together. We don't talk about that a lot, but
hey,
a lot of guys come here with their teammate. You know, Matt
Austin,
Del Cotto,
yes.
Austin Strickland.
yeah.
They're both teammates. Worth mentioning.
What does the number .75 mean to you?
It's the amount of bases.
1, 2 to
got
count.
two.
.75.
Well, that's the 75%. That is the base hit percentage that the number 9 through 3 hitters have gotten on tonight. Riku 2 for 2, Jeb 2 for 3.
So they're hitting 750.
0.75%?
Yes.
Or no.
Bad.
Yeah. Ground ball between short and third. Going to be a tough play. Right slides, and he'll have no throw as Janis legs out a single on a hard hit ball, and that's how you start the inning off with a base hit.
Justin Janis has 2, Mitch Jebb has 2, Nolan Shaniel has 2, and now Nolan Shaniel comes the dish, who is 2 for 2 with 2 RBI. And if he hits a long ball, the Harbor Hawks are still down by 2, but it cuts the lead in half.
Don't forget your second leadoff hitter, Riku Nishida.
Zach,
also
I
has
just
2.
told you I can't start remembering stuff. I can't.
Well, now you have to. Oh, here comes Harvey Shapiro, and
He's
he has
sprinting.
Seen enough.
Whoa, now Harvey.
From Jack Sullivan, but what a day it was from Sullivan in relief for the Wareham Gatemen. He'll get a standing ovation here at McKeon Park. 2 1/3, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 1 punch out. He leaves a man on first as we have a pitching change here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Gannon's Tavern is the home of incredible wings, handcrafted cocktails, ice-cold beer, and Keno. Their innovative tavern menu features seafood, great sandwiches, steaks grilled to perfection, and stunning specialty dishes. There's no better place to watch your favorite New England pro football team than Gannon's Tavern, in their large bar or outside on their covered deck, complete with TV and sound. Gannon's Tavern, 959 Burses Way, Hyannis. Like them on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes, soon at Gannon's Tavern.
That chip on the shoulder, that started at a very, very young age. People's expectations are, they're cool, they're fun, but mine are bigger.
When you play in New York, they want to see winners. It doesn't matter if it's a Monday or a Friday or a Saturday. You gotta come with it, or those fans will let you know.
Pick one thing from me, pick one other thing from another player, make it your own, you turn to who you want to be.
What motivates me is the unknown. You know, how good can I be? You get away from the lights, you get away from the camera.
Mientras más presente yo esté en la caja de batería, más éxito tengo.
Man, how can you not keep it fun, man? This is a kid's game.
If you could go back and tell 10-year-old Francisco one thing, what would it be?
You're a bad mother.
Welcome back as we get another pitching change here at McKeon Park. It's Will Koger and Zach. What do we know about the right-hander?
Well, he is what the baseball nerds would call good. In 8.2 innings pitched, an ERA of 1.4 and 7 strikeouts.
How many walks?
Not many.
How many's not many? No, take your time. We got plenty of time.
We do have plenty of time. That would be 4 walks.
4 walks, that'll play.
Yeah, so I thought not many.
You want to talk about a guy that went from a 12.27 ERA at Louisville to a 1.04 ERA on Cape Cod.
What does that say about Cape Cod baseball? Pitchers League.
Pitchers League. You don't say.
Well, here comes somebody who has been hitting the ball hard off pitchers in the last week, Nolan Shaniel.
He's in a league of his own right now.
That he is. He'll greet Koger here as the first pitch is a fastball at 94 on the outside corner for a called strike.
Yeah, 94, but he'll touch as high as 98.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's got some zip on that fastball,
Oh, it's nuts.
That heater has some heat.
That's why they call it the heater.
Wareham Gatemen are dancing around in the bullpen with a stick. As the 0-1 is a called strike, 0-2.
Yeah, his velo is just up there.
Velo?
Yeah.
Isn't it velo?
Velocity?
Yeah, velocity, velo.
You know, it's not velocity. His velo is legit. That's going to bring him a big righty, 6'5" on the mound.
We've seen him before. as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Against the Hawks. Here comes the 0-2 to Shanuel. He flies that one to center field, but it's going to be in play for the center fielder Davis, who makes the catch, fires it in for 1 out.
Well, the last time he pitched against the Hawks, it was in that 8-4 loss, and I mean he had the Hawks dead to rights the entire game.
Yeah.
3 2/3 scoreless innings.
No runs, 2 hits,
We
2
lost
walks, and
8-4?
4
No,
strikeouts.
the Hawks won 8-4.
What a
we
good
won.
outing
He
for
lost
him in that
8-4.
one.
He lost. Oh. That's probably good for us. There's Christian Moore right there.
What's he doing?
A good shot of him. Oh, he's just dancing around in the batter circle.
Here comes Cole McConnell. He's got a man on first and looking that's a strike, huh?
Hello.
McConnell's flied out to the outfield a pair
Poor
of times
Cole,
tonight.
man. Poor Cole. He
Cole
comes to the
McConnell,
plate.
there's some guys you see at the majors who just don't get any help from the umpires. Cole McConnell's strike zone, unfortunately, seems to be like
massive.
Massive.
So bad.
Everything's a strike to Cole McConnell, unfortunately. Here comes the 0-1. That's in the dirt.
Oh, they thought about it.
Yeah,
they thought about
Cole.
it.
Cole
Yeah,
McConnell's
yeah.
at the plate. Might be a strike.
Yeah.
He's starting to adjust to
He
it,
hit
but
the
it's
game at Falmouth. I think he struck out 3 times looking, and I don't know if any of them were true strikes.
No. They just kept throwing it outside, about a foot off the plate.
Sorry about your bad luck, Cole.
Even with that bad luck, Cole McConnell's still hitting 283.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
how about that?
We'll play.
1-1 with 1 out and 1 on here in the bottom of the 5th. Here comes the pitch from Koger. That's way outside. 2-1. Just lost the fastball a bit. He wants a new ball. He's all set with that one.
Yeah.
Koger's 1 earned run allowed happened to be by virtue of a walk-off homer by Tommy Troy
I remember
on
that
June
one.
30th.
That was Tommy's first game.
Yep, we were there for that one. 2-1, 1 away. McConnell at the plate.
Or we
trying
weren't.
to.
Were we there for that?
No,
one?
it was get
we
to
weren't
it.
there
Yes, we
for that.
were.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We went after the game. Our game ended first. We visited that game. That one's inside. 3-1. It's always
I don't
fun.
think Zach went.
No?
Who's passing around the old 50-50
Oh,
bucket
good
tonight?
question. Yeah. I was thinking the
Anyways,
same thing.
what I was going to say is, to finish that thought, I enjoy when games end going to another game because we're so close to each other's ballparks here in the Cape League. If what I like to do is see when the game's finished, look at my phone. Oh, they're still playing in Falmouth. I'm going to book it over to Falmouth to see the end of that game. As that one hits on the ground to second, Padilla is going to try to go to 2. He throws it away. It gets by, and nobody's covering third base. Hyannis is going to get to third. Beatty's going to wave him home. Here comes the throw from left field. It's offline. It gets by Burns. On his way to third is Cole McConnell on a Little League triple that brings Justin Hyannis home from first.
Cole McConnell was dead to rights in a fielder's choice. It was an easy play to second base. And Padilla said, I would prefer to throw this one as far into left field as possible with some oomph on it, too. It gets all the way near the arm barn for the Harbor Hawks. Nobody can get there. Shanuel's safe by a mile. And then even better, Diodati says, hey, let me sky this. It'd be fun.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Padilla never had a clean grip on that baseball.
Now he rushed the throw, and it results in a Harbor Hawk run and another one 90 feet away with Christian Moore at the plate. Moore hits that one deep to center field. Should be deep enough to score the run. The catch is made in center, and Cole McConnell can walk home on the sac fly. And on 2 pitches, the Hawks bring home 2 more runs. The fans are back in it, 9-7, as the Hawks have cut the lead in half.
Hey, Drake, what's the most underrated play in baseball?
That would be the cycle, actually. A single, a double, a triple, and a home run.
And what's the second most underrated
That's
play?
a sac fly.
Yes, indeed. Hey, this team never out of it.
Yeah, true.
Hawks back within 2. Dom Patelli at the dish with 2 outs now as Will Koger, who came into the game, you said it, Zach, 1 earned run through 8 2/3. And now, I don't think either of those are going to be earned, but still, a couple runs have come across with him on the mound.
Well, point streak just updated for the McConnell hit and play, a double error.
Yep. It's
teams like to do that against the Harbor Hawks.
E4, E7, I believe they rolled that. That one's hit on the ground. A short, nice play by right, throw to first in time. And, well, teams like to make errors when they play the Hawks. 4 tonight for Wareham, and 2 on that one play brings home 2 runs for the Hawks as 9-7. We got ourselves a ball game as we head to the 6th on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Diet Coke? Who are you, my mom?
You should be so lucky, because you know what moms do?
Well, I suppose we should start with the whole giving you life thing. It seems like that should be enough. No? Okay. What about her ability to send shockwaves through the neighborhood without saying a word? Or whip up a ridiculous handmade costume that you forgot to tell her about? Not to make you happy, but because she had a reputation to uphold. She invented rideshare, called it carpool, and did it for free. She didn't need those dating apps either. You copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music.
Why not?
Oh, and she can win any argument in 4 words.
Because I said so.
Everything you're trying to do, she's already done it, did it better, and she did it with a Diet Coke in her hand. So, drink what your mama gave you.
So to finish what I was saying earlier, after the games, especially the ones on the road where teams don't have lights, the games start early, I try to go, you do too, to ballparks to catch the end of other games. And that's where you saw Tommy Troy, in his first appearance this season from Stanford second baseman, walk that game off.
That was incredible. I mean, he shows up to the cave, right? Put him in the game. Walk-off home run. Place goes nuts. We were cheering for him.
Against his old team.
Yeah, we were
He
cheering
went
for
4
him, too.
that
I
night.
mean, what a night he had. I mean, Drake and I were on our feet. We felt like fans of another team for a little bit.
No, I said, hey, Katuitt that night.
Yeah,
I said it.
I know.
Yeah, I gave you the dirtiest look when you
I
said
said, have a hit.
My gosh.
Oh, you were there, too.
Yeah, I was.
Oh.
I thought you said earlier you don't remember going.
9-7, by the way, if you change that.
I can't change point streak. Only point streak can change point streak.
Well, point streak can only change point streak, but Eric Beatty can change the man on the mound, and he's done so by bringing in Wes Burton as one of our best friends of the booth, I guess you could say. Drake, you and Wes go a long way back.
Well, he's my employer. So, have a very interesting relationship between Wes and I. And so he's also employed by the team as the guy who does the laundry. So he is the laundry guy, as they call him.
He's the L-screen guy.
L-screen guy, laundry guy, Chipotle and Cape Cod's biggest patron.
Yeah.
Who's second? Is that you, Zach? I think are you a big Chipotle guy?
I don't think the Chipotle.
You're a big Chick-fil-A guy, right?
I am a big Chick-fil-A guy.
That's what it was. I couldn't remember which one it was. Well, I do know Wes Burton's on the mound, and he'll have to face Blake Wright, Alan Rodden, and Callum Clark, the 5, 6, 7 hitters in this Wareham lineup who have already done some damage today. But the Hawks have brought new life to the ballpark, as you can hear fans continuing to clap and get on their feet.
Let's go, Hawk!
That one's inside for a ball. I get the sounds of the ballpark. Fans are into this one now as the Hawks have pulled within 2.
Yeah, and I love the fact that all these folks are so dialed in.
Yeah.
I mean, they're selling the icicles.
Icicles?
Good pitch, Wes. Yeah.
1-1, nobody out.
Some people call them Otter Pops. Those people are wrong.
I call them Freezy Pops.
You guys the whole Freezy Pops.
Freezy Pops.
Zach Berman, you're 21 years of age, and you say the words Freezy and Pop next to each other in a sentence?
Freezy Pop.
Okay. If you eat too many, does your tummy wummy get hurt?
I don't think I'm coming back from that.
2-1 the count now to Blake Wright, who will lead off the inning. Wright's 0 for 2 tonight. He does have a sac fly as well and an RBI. Wes Burton nodding notably as he brings the glove high, winds up, and brings home a 2-1. That is popped up to center field. And by popped up, I mean sky to center field, where Cole McConnell gets under it and makes the catch for out number 1.
Yeah. Funny, the crowd got a little quieter there.
Yeah.
Oh, there they are again.
Came to life after that out.
Yeah, so you sit down Blake Wright, who is now 0 for 3 today. And
it gives away to Alan Rodden.
Yeah.
He's 1 for 2, a single, a hit by a pitch.
Oh, Wright's 0 for 4, by the way, so don't want to give him too much credit.
Well, that's not right, because he had a sac fly, so point streak is jipping him.
Jipping? Huh. Yeah, he has an RBI earlier.
Called strike, 0-1.
Wes Burton, 93 miles an hour on the fastball. Gets as high as 96. Pretty good stuff from Wes.
Zach Burton, you're running the Twitter tonight for the Hawks.
Yeah, and the screen's gone black. Your computer die?
No, my computer did not. Did it? No, it didn't.
Oh. 9-6. Zach, you got to change it.
Point streak is, as someone that is a point streak vet, it is a strange and unruly beast on occasion.
Point streak vet. I thought you came into the year not knowing point streak.
PSV.
No, we used point streak last
Says
year.
it on his name tag.
Here comes the 1-1 with one away to Rod, and he goes around as that's a sword, huh? 1-2 now the count.
Put that one on Pitching Ninja.
Yeah, very nicely done, Wes Burton. Good job throwing that pitch. Dugout is up and rowdy. Only a 2-run game here. The Harbor Hawks have been the Heart Attack Hawks. A lot of late game heroics here recently.
That they have.
Yeah.
Here comes the 1-2. Ooh, Burton tried to nab the corner, and no sir, says Jason Klump. 2-2.
Even in that loss, the only loss in their last 13, that's nuts, by the way. That's insane.
To not lose a game in 13 straight games.
Only one.
Only one.
Game. Sorry,
and that one was a 2-game loss to Kentuit where they left 10 guys on base.
Right, 3-1 tying runs at the plate in the ninth.
Here's a 2-2. Line back off the netting. Drake and Zach just fell out of their chairs.
Well, I'll tell you why.
There's a hole in the net.
The hole in the net is 20 feet above where that ball just came.
Oh, excuse me. You big hole wizard over there?
Alan Rodden has also scored a run today. He's played some fine defense over at first base. And Zach, he's put some good swings together.
Yes, he really has. And despite the fact that, coming in tonight he's 1 for 2, he's been a pretty good player. Not quite as he takes that one in the dirt. Not quite to the level of his production at Creighton per se, but still a good player.
No, absolutely.
Full count.
Absolutely, and I think at Creighton, excuse me, I got choked up there. I think at Creighton, his numbers were great, and they haven't necessarily translated all the way to Cape Cod yet, but he's a guy that could end up coming along.
Yeah, he came into the game hitting .227, 3 RBI. He draws a walk, and Rodden's now reached base safely 3 times tonight, and he's done so 3 different ways: a hit by pitch, a single, and a walk.
Well, that's the one thing that Wes Burton is. If there's one thing that Wes has struggled with in his career, it's control, and you see it again there with the walk. And so, as our buddy Zebo here has made his way across the way, and so Wes now gets to, with the man on first, have an opportunity to possible double play ball. Will likely attack the bottom of the strike zone. Try to get an old ground ball to Riku Nishida or Don Patelli. And there he does attack the lower half of the zone.
Yeah.
He spikes it about 57 feet.
Yeah, when you block that one too, it just kind of ricochets too far away for Poncho to do anything with, so the runner moves up 90 feet.
Well, it counts 1-0.
Wes is a pretty towering figure, 6'8" there. You see on the broadcast, stands over the entire field, and
I mean, Point Streak has him listed as 7'2".
Yeah, Point Streak also says this game's 6'9". Wes Burton's 6'8".
That's not very nice of you.
Here comes the 1-0 to Kellum Clark, and
no, he
won't
is.
happen just yet as Wes steps off the mound, looks back the runner over to second base. For just joining us, welcome into what has been a back-and-forth battle, and by back-and-forth, I mean Wareham's led from the jump, and the Hawks have chipped away slowly.
Mostly fourth, a little bit back.
That one is lined to right field. It'll drop for a base hit, take a bad hop, but Pepe shows off the vertical and keeps it in front of him, so that puts runners on the corners on a ball that Rocco didn't charge in on.
Very surprised that Pepe did not make a tougher effort to come in on that baseball and try to make the grab. Looked like he had, it would have been plenty of room necessarily, but he had room to make an effort at it.
And we've seen in the past, Rocco is a sneakily athletic outfielder. I'm surprised he didn't charge it a little bit harder.
Yeah. Well, double play ball still in order here. I would love to order one of those if possible.
Sounds good.
Padilla at the plate.
See if they can Amazon Prime that to you.
Yeah.
Don't know on the Cape though how quick that gets
worked
here.
pretty well for the center field camera.
No, Prime is still pretty reliable. I'd say Prime is the only company that's actually
no free sponsorships.
No. But I'm saying they've been pretty good out here. Use the Amazon locker.
Brian Padilla, spelled B-R-Y-A-N.
Out of Brooklyn, New York.
Concrete jungle, where dreams are made of.
Runners on the corners with one away as Padilla fouls that one off.
Wonder what neighborhood in Brooklyn. I believe it or not, I lived in Brooklyn for 3 years of my life.
Did you?
Park Slope.
Where else have you lived? We got time.
Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Florida, Missouri, and I guess now Massachusetts for 2 months.
Physical addresses in all of them. That's pretty nuts, Zach Berman.
Yeah.
See if Wes Burton can get a punchy here.
Here comes the 0-1 from Burton, and he's working his way towards that punchy 0-2 now.
Burton, yeah, that's funny. They have switched his point streak picture to Jacob Campbell's. And you know they did that on purpose.
Oh, boy. I feel like if you make Wes aware of that, he's going to turn it into something.
Yeah, he probably. Wes might have done it himself, actually.
Here comes the 0-2 from the. Wow.
Good velo from Burton and a great job by Poncho to stop that ball from getting to the backstop.
Wes with the stirrups and the pants exposing the blue socks.
Yes.
The red Ole Miss cleats. One-two with one away and runners on the corners. Here comes the pitch to Padilla. And Burton gets him swinging a big pitch from Wes Burton in a big out number 2.
There's your punchy.
Well, Wes's whip is not fantastic. I mean, to be candid, it's not. But he's found a way to get out of tough situations with base runners this season. You see it again right there. Runners still in the corners. Now with 2 down, you got so much more you can work with.
Burton can breathe a bit now. He just needs, you can even pitch to contact here.
Yeah.
As where the previous at-bat, a sac fly would have got another run home.
Burton pitched to contact a lot this season. Not a lot of strikeouts coming into this one. Through 4 innings, just 1. 2, I meant. I'm short the guy.
Well, you really have to be careful not to put Burns on, because if you put Burns on, then you have to deal with Chase Davis, the bases loaded.
Yeah.
You really don't want to have to put yourself in that situation unnecessarily. Burns only has 5 hits in the entire season.
He's got one of those tonight, as well as a walk. He scored 2 runs. He's also struck out once.
Product of Boston College.
He's from Boston.
Eagle.
Huh. The 1-0, that's just a bit high, 2-0.
Yeah, going off speed there for Burton, loses a bit of control of it. Have to come back here and try to work his way back down 2-0.
With 2 on and 2 out. Here comes a pitch from Wes Burton. That's going to find the corner, and it's a called strike.
94 miles an hour on the fastball again from Wes. Told you can touch 96. The guy's got the velo tonight. He's been going to the gym quite a bit.
What gym down here in Hyannis, you know? I know.
Jim Hurley.
Ah.
Yep, been doing some yard work.
Good. Here goes the 2-1. That one's popped foul, will even the count, and Wes Burton's 1 strike away from battling out of this.
The momentum the Harbor Hawks would get from getting out of a situation with runners in the corners and only 1 down, where Harvey Shapiro, who doesn't play a lot of small ball, didn't bunt or try to pull the squeeze with an 8-hole hitter. Again, the momentum would be huge. What are you seeing?
The Wareham arm barn is empty.
Yep, completely.
So Will Koger might be asked to go the rest of the way, and maybe that momentum will carry over from here. Here's a 2-2, misses high. Poncho fakes a throw. They'll let Clark have second base, and the count's going to move to full.
Now, on the flip side of that, if you walk a guy, that momentum just tanks. Or if it gets a hit right here as well, then you're really looking at a tough situation for the Harbor Hawks, who, well, they still have 4 innings left this ball game.
I mean, they fought back time and time again, but if you can get out of this inning without surrendering anything, that's huge. It feels like the game right here. This is the at-bat. This is it.
Well, the game really relied on the arm of Christian Moore, honestly, keeping that run at bay.
Well, we'll see.
Here comes the payoff pitch from Burton, and it's going to miss high for ball 4. Wes issues a walk to load the bases, and you're going to turn the lineup card over back to the top of the order for Chase Davis.
Definitely not what you ordered there from Burton, and again, control has been an issue. He's got 11 strikes to 12 balls right now. I really like the stuff that he's brought. He's working on new pitches to add to the arsenal, but as it sits, Burton just still trying to find the zone and be able to spot pitches where he needs them. And now you get the leadoff hitter in Davis, who's 2 for 3 already today with 2 runs scored, has also walked. He's at the plate for the 5th time in this ball game. And you can see there's action in the bullpen ramping up. Looks like Gabe Starks.
First pitch from West to Davis is a ball.
Starks will will make his first appearance of the Harbor Hawks tonight, likely. That was something we kind of expected coming into this one. Guy out of Arkansas.
So you had a conversation with Starks a little bit earlier. You were on the mic in high school.
Yeah.
For one of his team's playoff defeats.
Gabe and I go back. We do. We both favor David's Burgers. That's a free plug. There's about 7 of them. They're only in Arkansas. Best of luck.
There's the 1-0 from Wes. That's going to get by Poncho, and here comes a run. 10-7 now to score as the wild pitch goes to the backstop, puts runners on second and third.
And production of the bullpen will ramp up a little bit more there as the control seems to have gotten away from West. Needs to recalibrate here. Try to get something going against Davis, who's been red hot today after coming into this 0 for 4. Pretty new to his Cape season. Yeah, why not?
Seems like the shells are making
well,
quite
the
an
crowd
impact.
mic just pointed a bit towards not home plate, it seems. That's why we haven't been getting the crack of the bat as much. Here's the 2-0 from Burton. That one's hit on the ground to second, takes a hop. Riku Nishida gloves it, throws to first in time. So West works out a further damage. A 1 run does come across, but the Hawks still within shouting distance. 10-7 the score, as believe it or not, we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. But before we get there, we're going to toss it over to our sideline reporter, Bria Losick, who's standing by with some friends.
Not yet purchased tickets.
Thanks, Guide. I'm alongside a lot of campers from today's baseball clinic that the Harbor Hawks hosted. I am with Connor, Jake, Connor, Noah, Jake, and Mike. I had to practice those names a lot, and I still got them wrong. But they're really excited to tell you all about camp today. So what is your favorite part of camp, and what did you learn today?
I learned about wiffle ball and how to catch ground balls.
All
right, what position do you play?
First base.
Nice. Okay, what's your favorite part of camp?
Wiffle ball.
Okay, and who is your favorite player that coaches you at camp?
George.
That's our bullpen catcher, George. A lot of love for George and a lot of love for camp. If you want more information about our youth camps, you can check out our website. Thanks, guys.
Welcome back. Thank you very much, Bria Losick, for another great report from the sideline with Ethan Hammerberg and some special guests. As it appears to be Will Koger still on the mound for the Wareham Gatemen, as now the Arm Barnes returned. They seem to go to the dugout occasionally in between innings
Harvey
or
Shapiro.
during innings. I don't know.
Harvey Shapiro's as new school as they come, trying to mix it up, keep you on your toes. Seeing that guy getting around quite effortlessly across the ballpark tonight, putting on a show.
And before we begin the bottom of the 6th, quick word from one of our sponsors, the Mass State Lottery, as a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. The Mass State Lottery is celebrating the games we love playing, from the baseball diamond to the many lottery games that help support the all 351 cities and towns across the Commonwealth. So here's to 50 years of winning.
And only 50 more.
Only
I was
50
shocked.
more.
I was shocked. I'll tell you that much.
So if you are living in the state of Massachusetts in a
Enjoy it
2073, I am sorry.
Enjoy it now. Pancho Ruiz. You know, my sister hit a grand slam today in
Congratulations.
softball.
Congratulations.
Yeah, shout out to her. Is that, whoa, hello, Mr. Koger. So, you know, what if the Harbor Hawks did it too?
Hey,
that would give them a lead.
You want to talk about a weird league?
Yeah.
Every game in the league tonight has a team that has scored at least 5 runs after 3 ties yesterday.
I'll tell you more about that during the inning. Here's the 1-0 to Poncho. That one fanned on and missed. No ties tonight.
I don't
across
hope not.
the Cape Cod Baseball
Actually,
League.
I would take a tie in this one.
I wouldn't. I'm sick of them.
We'll wave down to Davis and tell him to move.
Here's the 1-1. Called strike.
Yeah. You wouldn't know, though, because Davis's head is just right there. Looks like a fan has come up to our crowd, or to our center field camera, too. What's that guy doing out there?
Here comes the 1-2. Ruiz takes on the outside corner, 2-2.
Yeah. You can see that they are also holding on to the fence.
So don't be deceived. There is not an earthquake tonight.
No, not an earthquake. Just the camera's attached to the fence. So that'll move, then it'll get it done. You'll see it.
2-2 in the dirt. Ruiz has battled himself back from down in the count now to up 3-2.
Yeah, sorry about that, folks. We'll find a way to get that fixed, as that fan has now taken a full stop at our cameras, just giving a little kiss, saying hello. Neat.
Very nice of them to take away that.
Oh, and
there it is.
Okay. He's seen enough. Here's the 3-2. That one's popped foul, or into the ground, that is. Full count will remain.
And right into the woods. Just disappeared.
Huh.
A reverse Field of Dreams. Instead of walking towards the diamond, it's away.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that movie would have been a lot shorter then, huh?
Here's the windup and the 3-2. Poncho shows improved plate discipline and draws a leadoff walk, so the Hawks are going to look to put together a rally here in the bottom of the 6th.
Poncho Ruiz gives way in this lineup to Rocco Pepe, and I'll say it again. This is the stretch of guys. Dom Patelli, Poncho Ruiz, Christian Moore, Dom Patelli, Poncho Ruiz, Rocco Pepe. They have to produce tonight. If they don't, the Harbor Hawks cannot win. They only have one hit out of those 4 guys. Poncho now at first base. What can Rocco Pepe do with Riku Nishida behind him in the top of the lineup coming up?
See if Pepe can replicate the performance he had on opening day against Wareham. Has yet to really find his groove since then. That's back up the middle. Could be 2. Flip on to second for 1. Throw to first in time. And Pepe is going to head back to the bench on a 4-6-3 double play.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah,
that answers that question. Sweet.
Can't do that.
No, yeah, not the best idea. First pitch they saw.
Riku Nishida will look to extend the inning as he's done 2 times so far tonight. Both times he's come to the plate, there's been 2 outs, and both times he's reached on an infield single and then stolen a base.
Trying to generate a 2-out rally here for the Harbor Hawks in the bottom of the 6th. And now you can start kind of counting outs. I mean, you're getting toward the latter half of this game, and leadoff runner was walked and then just erase it.
Called strike to Riku, 0-1.
And if Riku, they're playing the whole infield. Shifted in. I say the whole. You can see that over at third, Anderson's creeping.
Called strike, 0-2.
I think there's good reason to play Riku in after, when you reach on 2 infield hits.
Center field camera friend has reemerged from the woods.
Here comes the 0-2. That's inside. Nearly hit Riku, but he jumped out of the way in time. 1-2 the count.
Now, we've seen Riku be the spark for many a 2-out rally tonight. So look for him to not go down quietly.
Here's the windup and the 1-2. Nishida back up the middle. It hits Koger. He recovers. The throw to first is in time. Riku hit it hard, but it just caught part of Koger and stays in play. And that ends the inning. The Hawks go down in order as we head to the 7th inning on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
We all have obstacles, challenges at different points in life. I still push myself every single day, and the harder I push myself, the more I find myself drawn to wearing UFOs. The first time I put on a pair of UFOs, it was like someone released the pressure. It was so crazy. When you are recovered and can do more, that has a compounding effect on all aspects of your life. Stepping into a pair of UFOs, they're truly one of a kind. There's nothing like them.
Best ever? Good question. Wait, why do you sound like Dr. J in your head? I've always sounded like Dr. J in my head, which means Dr. J's outside voice sounds like my inside voice? Which Coke? The doc would know. He got the world to call him doctor without going to med school. There's only one best ever.
Welcome inside the booth here for the top of the 7th inning, and this is a time where we like to take inside the booth in a little more detail. Drake Toll, what is in the box?
Hey, what's the box? If you haven't been with us the 7th inning every year, we do every game we do what's in the box, because the press box in McKeon works kind of like a storage unit. And there's a lot of really funky, weird stuff we found in here, including a spork and some canned jam and, a pizza costume. Today, how cool is this thing? Sorry there, Zach Berman and Austin. It is a player, 2019 Hyannis Harbor Hawks poster board with all the headshots shots of the Harbor Hawk players. What was in the box? Well, who knows why this is still in here, but it is. Little blast from the past. Has guys like Tanner Allen, who won a national championship at Mississippi State. That's pretty cool. Got Bryce Tidioso. Got Adam Hackenberg, Lucas Dunn.
Connor Ash
Holt
of the
Jones.
University of
Rowdy
Missouri.
Jordan, also a national champion. So what was in the box tonight, brought to you by Honeydew Coffee. It's a big poster of people's faces.
Adam Hackenberg on there, the brother of Christian Hackenberg.
Christian Hackenberg, he
former
played a little bit of
Jets
NFL
quarterback.
football.
And
Yeah.
Adam was selected by the White Sox in last year's MLB draft.
Oh, tell me, what else you know?
Hey,
I didn't get
when
to
I
see the
think
rest
of
of the players.
when I think of Christian Hackenberg, you remember that, Drake? I'm sure that Penn State Michigan game it was years ago.
Yeah, that team won 9 games apparently.
Yes, they did.
Okay. Sweet.
Burton back on the bump as he fires a first pitch strike to Hogan Windish, who's had a busy day at the dish, 0 for 2. 2 punch-outs and 2 walks.
Yeah.
It's just been a busy day around the league. Everybody seems to be scoring.
The 0-1 called strike, 0-2. Wes Burton working efficiently here, and Gabe Starks doesn't appear to be throwing anymore.
Yeah, they've yet to give Starks his pullover, too. Oh, no, he is.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Tough to see. I don't have great eyesight.
Oh,
so.
well, get on board.
0-2, swing and a miss. Wes Burton has settled in as he retires Windish for out number 1.
Still only a 3-run game. If you can get Wareham to go down quietly the rest of the way, you have the heart and soul of your lineup coming up next.
That's actually Volker that's warming up down there, so maybe my eyesight wasn't so good either.
That's what I thought.
Okay. You should bring those binoculars you've threatened to bring.
I don't have
Lincoln.
They were my partner, broadcast partner last year, Lincoln Revels binoculars. He took those back to Texas with him.
Texas?
Texas.
I live there.
Do you?
No, not anymore.
Where you live now?
Massachusetts.
Yeah,
I moved to Cape Cod recently.
Not making the commute up from the Lone Star State?
From Waco?
No. They got baseball up there, so I've been doing a bunch of that. How about you?
I need to visit Waco now that so many of y'all are down there.
That one's lined up the middle for a base hit. Anderson jumped on the fastball, took it back where it came from for his 3rd hit of the ballgame.
Anderson has reached 4 times tonight, man.
That guy's seeing a beach ball right now.
Yeah. Did you know that Max Anderson was a Big Ten Freshman of the Year in 2021?
No.
Well, he's certainly playing like it right now.
What about Diodati?
Well, here comes Eric Beatty, and he's going to make the move to the pen as Wes Burton's day is done after a 1-out single. So Burton goes 1 1/3. 2 hits, a run, 2 walks, and 2 punchies, and he leaves the man on first. As we'll take a brief break on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Hey, Mama, what's up?
Did you switch my service from Verizon to T-Mobile? Yep.
T-Mobile has the only nationwide 5G.
Well, Mr. Know-It-All, let's see if you right about that.
Mama. Hey, Mama, I'm working.
It works at the pie shop.
T-Mobile's 5G works inside and out. Hey, what you need, Mama? I'm trying to watch the game with my boys.
It works in the park.
Oh, okay. Mama?
It works at the aquarium, in the parking garage, at the beach, in the elevator. It works in the movie theater, too. Oh, shush yourself. I'm talking to my baby.
You're driving me crazy.
I was just calling you to say thank you, baby. I love you.
I love you too, Mama. Yes, Mama.
It works in the kitchen. Tell Mama.
Mama?
5G, it works in the club.
Who are you on a club with?
All about it. Tell Mama.
A brilliant idea starts at the source. Through innovative design, we're taking steps to create a better future. Now, the pure fresh taste of Dasani comes in a redesigned bottle, up to 30% made from plants, and as always, it's 100% recyclable. Plant bottle, designed to make a difference.
This BBB seal is a badge of honor. It's a sign that this is a business you can trust. Each year, millions of people see the BBB seal on a door or a window or a website and breathe a little easier. See the seal and know you've made the right choice. Find a business you can trust. Ask BBB.
Gannon's Tavern is the home of incredible wings, handcrafted cocktails, ice-cold beer, and Keno. Their innovative tavern menu features seafood, great sandwiches, steaks grilled to perfection, and stunning specialty dishes. There's no better place to watch your favorite New England pro football team than Gannon's Tavern, in their large bar or outside on their covered deck, complete with TV and sound. Gannon's Tavern, 959 Burses Way, Hyannis. Like them on Facebook and Instagram.
See you soon at Gannon's Tavern.
Yep. Baseball.
Zach Volker, the new pitcher for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, as Wes Burton's day is done, and he'll be greeted by Owen Diodati, who's had himself quite the day at the dish. 2 for 4, 3 runs batted in, and a home run.
A lot of alliteration right there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Diodati's day of the dish. That was a Dr. Seuss.
Ground ball to short, could be 2. Oh, bad hop. Goes into center field. Runner's going to go to third, and for the second time today, the McKeon Park infield has come back to haunt the Hyannis Harbor Hawks.
Well, I think they might patch up that area at short.
I don't think so.
No, probably not. No, it's been like that for a while now. Some people have noticed it. Some people have not.
Some people, yeah, have been unfortunately playing shortstop when it's reared its ugly head.
Yeah.
And that would be Dom Patelli.
No, it's taken many a victim of opposing teams. It's kind of the hidden secret of McKeon Ballpark. The outfield is even more so.
And for Zach Volker, you come in, throw one pitch,
yeah,
roll a double play ball.
Double play ball, yeah.
Do exactly what you want to do to Owen Diodati, and it takes a hop and goes into center field. That brings up Blake Wright. He's 0 for 3 with a sac fly, and he swings at the first pitch, pops it foul. Hyannis is running over towards the dugout, and he doesn't make the play as it hits the fence, as does Hyannis. But
yeah, he got his shoe stuck in the fence.
It appears he's okay.
It does appear that. Tom Petty, the Heartbreakers. Won't back down, played during the half inning there, or during the pitching change, that is. Pretty good.
Volker could also go the rest of the way in this ball game too. We saw him do that in Katuitt.
Yeah,
4 innings. 4 innings. So tonight, asking him to go 3 might not be a stretch.
Volker's yet to allow an earned run, and the only earned run, well, no, they call it a hit.
Yeah, the runner on third wouldn't be charged to him.
No,
it would be Wes Burton. So he's still got a little bit to go.
Right.
Here's the 0-1. Wright goes down and after it, but comes up empty. 0-2.
Hello, Zach Volker, very good.
This
Volker,
guy,
not a big strikeout guy. He only struck out 1 through those 4 innings against Katuitt, but he did fine.
He's in the transfer portal, I believe.
Yeah.
And after the summer he's putting up,
no kidding,
I imagine there will be dozens of teams calling him.
Plenty of people breaking down his door.
Here comes the 0-2 from Volk. That one is hit hard to center field. McConnell ranges back. It might be deep enough to score the run. Runner tags at third. Here comes a throw by McConnell. It's cut off, or no, it doesn't. Thought Hyannis was going to cut it off, but it gets by the backstop, and the sac fly brings home a run as Wareham plates their 11th runner of the game.
So that earned run will be charged to the ledger of Wes Burton, and now it's a 4-run ball game. Harbor Hawks down to their last 3 innings of work at the plate. So
still a ways to go, and we are approaching 9 o'clock.
Hey, Wareham's bullpen has blown games before.
Yeah, they love to do that, actually. It's kind of a habit of theirs.
Here comes Alan Rodden for the 5th time today. A single, a hit by pitch, a walk, and a strikeout. He's reached base 3 different ways. Runner on first is Owen Diodati. Here's the pitch. That one's lined to left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Diodati, and the ball gets by Christian Moore. Christian Moore misplayed it. It gets by him. He jogs to the wall as scoring easily is going to be Diodati. Getting to third, and he's out.
Okay,
so they recover, and they get the out at third. The run comes across to score as Wareham jumps ahead 12-7. On a misplay in left field to end the inning on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
A brilliant idea starts at the source. Through innovative design, we're taking steps to create a better future. Now, the pure fresh taste of Dasani comes in a redesigned bottle. Up to 30% made from plants, and as always, it's 100% recyclable. Plant Bottle, designed to make a difference.
This BBB seal is a badge of honor. It's a sign that this is a business you can trust.
Hi. Oh, this is amazing.
Each year, millions of people see the BBB seal on a door or a window or a website and breathe a little easier. See the seal and know you've made the right choice. Find a business you can trust. Ask BBB.
Welcome back inside the Tim Elstrom Broadcast Center at McKeon Park, and we have a special guest joining us here for the bottom of the 7th inning. Zach Chase, welcome to the booth. Zach is the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Assistant General Manager.
And as someone who has been living and dying on your broadcast home in New Jersey, it's an absolute honor to be up in the booth with you in person.
Well, thank you, Zach. That's too kind. We try to bring the audience at home a feel for what's going on the field, and tonight it's been a 12-7 game, but same pitcher remains on the mound, Will Koger. And Zach, you've helped put together this roster, this team that we see on the field night in and night out, and constructing that roster, we talked about it earlier, you guys look for pitchers who don't walk batters and hitters who draw a ton of walks.
That is correct, yes indeed. For the hitters drawing walks part of it, it's basically goes along with your eye. I mean, you can't replace how you see the baseball. That's the fundamental key to what we're doing here. So if you can spot it ahead of time, knowing a ball's not going to come in, if you can keep your own patrol of the zone and know where it is, that's going to determine, at least up here, where you're going to be the best hitter. Because in college, where you don't hit it maybe as solidly as you want to, you still might get a hit out of that with the metal bat, but up here with the wood, you're not going to get all of it if you don't get all of it. Yeah. So that's why we love guys for seeing the ball. And as for walks, I mean, for pitchers, it's as simple as the more guys you put on base, the more trouble you're going to have. We've seen it countless times this season, guys. Whenever we get a pressure situation or another team gets a pressure situation, one pass ball, one defensive mistake, and you're in trouble. So keeping the guys off base that aren't hitting the ball, that's extremely crucial to what you're trying to do up here.
Defensive replacement is Jack Hausinger and enters the game at second base, and 1-1 the count now to Mitch Jebb, somebody that you guys in the front office were happy to scoop up after he became available earlier in the year.
Might be an understatement, gentlemen. He's been absolutely fantastic for us. Someone that we wanted before the season started, and it didn't work out. So to have another chance to get him on our roster was an opportunity that we all jumped at. And you guys see it every game, the energy he brings at the top of the lineup. With his hitting and running, but I mean, you see it in the field too. You can throw him at short or third, and he's not missing a beat over there. So he's done just about all we could have possibly asked of him and hoped for of him, and been a better Harbor Hawk than maybe we even ever imagined when we first scooped him up from those guys on the other side of Barnstable over there.
Yeah. Here's the 3-1. Jebb pops it foul. The count goes to full.
Now, Zach, what would you say? I'd say a little bit more than halfway into the season. What would you say is this team's MO? If you had to describe to somebody, anybody, what helps the Harbor Hawks win baseball games more than anything else? What would you say?
You know, you could go a number of ways with that, Zach. You could say it's the base running. You could say it's the bats that have started to wake up as we rolled in through the second part of the first half of the season here. But personally, I think that despite tonight, the pitching staff has really been the basis that has made this team go. I mean, and when you go on the field, and most nights pitchers are only giving up 1, 2, or 3 runs, it's very simple as you're going to be in every game. And therefore the bats don't feel as much pressure to be as automatic every single night, because we've seen it. There'll be nights where the pitchers shut them down. This is Cape Cod. You're going to face arms that are going to be too much for you sometimes. But when you have a staff yourselves that is keeping you in games and knowing you're going to be able to face down that pressure and know that if you don't score, you'll still be in the later innings, that does a world for you and your entire team's confidence. So I think that's a big factor of it. And let's not forget also, I think a big part of this team is the camaraderie in the dugout. I think it's hard to get a team that is really cheering each other on throughout the entire summer. And clearly, as we can hear, I can hear it at home when I listen to your broadcasts. We have that in spades of a dugout that is into it and wants to do big things this summer. And I think that's another big characteristic of this team.
So Jebb goes down on strikes. Hyannis comes to the plate. He's ahead 3-1 in the count, and a big part of that has been the meat of this order
Oh, looks like a late strike call maybe there.
Oh.
Yeah, he motioned down, and I think he's going to move the count to 2-2. Surprised by that. We'll see.
That one, here you go.
Number 62.
62.
Again, gentlemen, you guys say it every single time. This man, he must have a magnet all over him that attracts the baseball because it happens again.
62 hit by pitches in his collegiate and summer league career for Justin Hyannis, and he'll hit the first base with one away, and that brings up Nolan Shanuel, who you guys brought in as a guy who you were kind of eyeing as someone who can carry the offense all summer.
And I think you're starting to see that now, Austin. I mean, really, over the last couple of games, he's put some great swings on the ball. You saw one earlier tonight where he laced that double. That home run that, I mean, from last I checked, may not have still landed from a few nights ago.
That was nuts.
Yes. So he is starting to become the guy that we envision, the guy that can really hold this lineup together, deliver the big hit when we need it with guys on base, and bring the jolt of power that maybe the one element our lineup has lacked a little bit so far this season.
0-1 to Shanuel. Hyannis on first and one away. Blocked by Burns. He gets away. Hyannis is going to try to take second to throw. Is in time.
That is a remarkable play by Peter Burns.
They get Hyannis trying to take the extra base, and suddenly there's 2 away here on the bottom of the 7th.
Now, Zach, as I understand it, you spent some time in this very broadcast booth behind the mic for a few years. Is that right?
I did indeed. In my second of 3 summers interning, I spent a little time here, but in my final one, I was up here for the entirety of the season in the seats that you guys currently occupy.
Yeah.
And I can tell you all, you 3 are very, very fortunate to be able to spend your summers in this space.
What is your best memory in this booth?
In this booth? Tough call. Okay, so you guys will appreciate this based on who it involves. My very first game I called in the booth, Nick Johnson, our general manager, was one of the people on the air with me, and it was a game against Wareham, much like this. We were getting beat pretty good. I think we were down like 5-6 runs, and you guys know how it is, filling time between innings, trying to find something to talk about.
Yeah, we've had our runs.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I know. So anyway, we're talking about our partner DJ is not there that day because he's working at Brewster Sea Camps and doing various outdoor activities. And Nick used the opportunity to ask me, "Now, Zach, being from New Jersey, are there a lot of bears there in New Jersey?" And being on the air the first time, I had no idea that question was coming. I had no clue. Like, I was completely taken aback.
Well, are there as from one guy named Zach from New Jersey to another guy from New Jersey named Zach, are there a lot of bears in New Jersey?
Here's how I'll answer that. At the time when Nick asked me that question, Zach Berman, I said no. However, Nick replied, "Zach, I've seen The Sopranos. There are bears in that show." And I have since seen The Sopranos, and there are indeed bears on that show. So I digress. And you may see a couple of them in the woods in New Jersey. You never know.
Well, thank you very much to Zach Chase for joining us in the booth for the bottom of the 7th inning. Zach, the assistant GM of the Harbor Hawks, spent some time in the booth, and we want to thank you. Unfortunately, the Hawks couldn't scratch any runs across, but we'll have to have you back soon.
Thank you very much for having me, gentlemen, and please keep up the good work. Believe me, when I am home, you guys are my only connection to this field. So you guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. Very proud of all you've been doing this summer.
Thank you very much, Zach, and we appreciate the kind words. We'll take a quick break as we head to the 8th on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
A brilliant idea starts at the source. Through innovative design, we're taking steps to create a better future. Now, the pure fresh taste of Dasani comes in a redesigned bottle, up to 30% made from plants, and as always, it's 100% recyclable. Plant bottle, designed to make a difference.
This BBB seal is a badge of honor. It's a sign that this is a business you can trust. Each year, millions of people see the BBB seal on a door or a window or a website and breathe a little easier. See the seal and know you've made the right choice. Find a business you can trust. Ask BBB.
Welcome back here, top of the 8th inning, 12-7. The Gatemen lead the Harbor Hawks, and
been a great ball game, though, if you think about it. I mean, the Harbor Hawks have not had the lead yet, but at the same time, it feels like they've been in this game, Zach, since the beginning.
They really have. I'm Austin, but Zach
Hi,
didn't
Austin.
seem to be answering that one. So,
well, I wanted to know Zach's opinion, but
go ahead,
that is
Zach,
okay.
if you're ready.
Well, I mean, it's been a great game if you're a fan of offense. If you bet the over, I'm sure you'd be happy about it.
Oh, well, you can't bet over. Only in the Northwoods League.
I mean, if you took a league over-under on runs scored tonight, I'm sure you'd hit the over.
I would say so.
I'm pretty convinced.
Volker back on the mound after he entered the ball game and did surrender what they charged an earned run. That is a mistake because that ball got by Christian Moore in left field.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
No, yeah, let's say we didn't get to talk about it too much because the out was recorded at third base, but that was an error. Oh, for sure. No, that was an error.
Yeah.
That's how those go when the fielder has the ball in front of him and can't get the ball. So I would like to apologize to Zach Volker for his first earned run that wasn't an earned run.
That is shocking because, I mean, Christian Moore had it, and then it just went right by his glove.
I would like to have a conversation with the official scorekeeper.
They're right in the next room, so maybe you should do so in the next half
hey,
inning.
excuse me. No, I just give him one of those numbers.
I mean, it's a 5-run game, but this is where Volker, this is a big spot for him. If he can keep this bullpen fresh for the rest of the way, that's huge down the line.
Here's the 1-2 to Kellum Clark. Volker, that one's lined to left field, more charging in. He makes the catch for out number 1.
I mean, you have 6 outs to score what? 7 runs? Or, excuse me, 6 outs to score 6 runs. 5 if you want to tie, 6 if you want to win.
Hawks have work to do. Volker looking to make sure they don't have more work to do than the 6 they need.
Right.
Hey, and one of the beauties of having the official scorekeeper in the booth is we've seen a couple calls that have been either reversed after a game or changed, and maybe you'll see that here because I thought
I
it
hope
was
so.
Very obviously an error, and certainly Volker, who is contending for a spot to transfer to a big school. And it's not even the fact that you want to give a guy a bone there because he's trying to pull his way up in college baseball, but it's what it was.
Right. I mean, if that was, I probably wouldn't go say anything if it was Wareham, but I'd probably mention it.
There's a good pitch. Jack Hausinger now at the plate. Noted a relief pitcher, Jack Hausinger.
Hausinger came in defensively for Brian Padilla in the last half inning. Now steps in for the first time tonight. Saw him pitch a clean inning against the Hawks back when they visited Wareham just about a week ago.
Can you believe this is already the 5th time that Hyannis and Wareham have played each other? It feels like they've played every other night at this point.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting real used to the Wareham uniforms and their roster. Definitely familiarized ourselves with these guys. Here comes a 1-2 from Volker. Hausinger can't connect. He just fouled, tipped it, hung on to by Poncho Ruiz for out number 2.
That's some good stuff from Volker.
Do not believe we will see Jack Hausinger pitch tonight. Probably not in this one. But if he did, he would sit the Hawks up 1-2-3.
He's got good stuff, huh?
Yeah, he's 0 ERA, 0 whip. Here's this guy at the plate.
That would be Peter Burns.
Yeah, old Pete. He's batting in the 9-hole today.
Yeah, 1 for 2, a pair of walks as well, and a pair of runs scored. Called strike on the outside corner to the catcher from BC.
Volker's humming it in there.
Yeah. Volk looking good again out of the pen. Really reliable arm for the Harbor Hawks, and one of the many pitchers Eric Baden leans to for a little bit of a longer relief appearance. That one's grounded up the middle. Nishida stops on a dime, throws to first. What a play by Riku Nishida to end the inning. Volker sits him down 1-2-3. The Hawks have 6 outs to work with as they chase 5 as we head to the bottom of the 8th.
A brilliant idea starts at the source. Through innovative design, we're taking steps to create a better future. Now, the pure fresh taste of Dasani comes in a redesigned bottle, up to 30% made from plants, and as always, it's 100% recyclable. Plant Bottle, designed to make a difference.
This BBB seal is a badge of honor. It's a sign that this is a business you can trust.
Hi. Oh, this is amazing.
Each year, millions of people see the BBB seal on a door or a window or a website and breathe a little easier. See the seal and know you've made the right choice. Find a business you can trust. Ask BBB.
Well, we're still here.
We are. Welcome back for the bottom of the 8th inning on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Austin Nakuda.
Looks like we have a new pitcher.
Zach Berman and Drake Tolan. Zach, what do we know about the new man on the mound?
Well, that new man would be. I didn't even hear the PA.
So.
But
you take your time.
As I look, I believe that's a 5-0, if I'm not mistaken. If that's a 50, that must mean it's Michael Walsh.
We've seen him before, no?
It is a 50. It is a 50. What do you know about Michael Walsh?
His last appearance was actually against the Harbor Hawks on July 1st.
Oh, he's pitched twice against the Harbor Hawks, too.
Pitched twice against Harbor Hawks. Actually saved opening night for the Gatemen.
Was he any good in the spring at Yale?
Yes, he was. He's also out of LaGrange, Illinois.
First baseman goes to right field.
Right fielder goes to first.
Rodden to right. This is what Rodden to right.
Yep.
Max Anderson goes from third to first.
Right.
Somebody else in the ball game. Harvey Shapiro at the end of ball games. I know this is something new. We haven't seen it much this year. He did this last year. He will move about 10 different people around.
Yeah.
At the end of ball games. Everyone will move. Everyone will change positions.
He'll move Jack Hausinger to the mound.
So we do know Walsh is in the pitch. Hausinger's at second.
How good was Walsh's stuff in the spring there,
Wright
Zach?
remains at short. Anderson over at first. Rodden shifts to right. Davis remains in center. Diodati in left. And the one that we're missing is over at third base. And let me just double check that indeed.
Hey, Siri, what is this song?
Derek Fabian. That's the guy you were looking for.
I don't know what. I don't know. I will tell you this. Michael Walsh was not great in the spring. At a 5.95 ERA and 11 appearances at a Yale. I think you're supposed to be using Shazam.
If you still have the Shazam app on your phone, it's time to stop saying popsy wopsies instead of popsicles.
Let that one simmer. Well, Cole McConnell's due to lead us off here on the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 4-5-6 McConnell. Moore, Patelli, the Hawks need to get 5 runs to tie things up within the next 6 outs.
Yeah, and if that blast from the 60s doesn't fire you up, I don't know what will.
McConnell goes after the first pitch, jammed him on the hands, he shoots it foul.
If there's any song that's going to get me ready for a rally, it's Boop Wop Shaboop. That's what that was by the Coasters. Well, I asked Siri and she told me.
Boop Wop Shaboop.
Thank you for repeating it, yeah. Bless you.
Gesundheit.
Okay.
The 0-1. And Walsh is ahead early on the first hitter he faces.
It's Cole McConnell.
Hasn't had a particularly great day, although he did reach on that weird double error.
Yeah, I don't think they called that an error. They haven't actually called anything an error tonight. Nothing's an error at McKeon.
Everything is fair play. Here comes the 0-2 to McConnell. That goes through the 5-hole of Burns into the backstop. 1 and 2. The Hawks going to put together a late rally here before they hit the road tomorrow and take on the Falmouth Commodores over at Gov Fuller Field.
Yeah, Zach Berman will be on the call.
I know him.
Yeah. Hey, Falmouth is on a little bit of a heater right now. They're up 6-0 on Orleans.
Wow, they beat Katuitt
twice. Here comes the 1-2 to McConnell. Fouled it off.
Wouldn't you know, Wareham is 2-0-2 in their last 4.
Hey, playing better baseball.
Hyannis is 0-0-2 in their last 2. So
put that together, you get 2-0-4.
Yeah, they're 1-1-2 in their last 4. So.
But yeah, no, this Friday starts off a stretch where the next 6 out of 8 games are road games for the Hawks.
Well, luckily, you get a few home games in there. Peter Burns. The throw to first is in time.
Down goes McConnell. on swinging.
On swipes.
Oh, wow, that was a good one.
Yep.
All right, we'll just move on from
Add that
Cole
to the
McConnell.
reel.
Yeah, that'll be top of the highlight tape for the Nants. Here
5
comes Christian Moore.
5
He's
outs.
0 for 2.
Yeah.
Hawks are down to 5. Yep.
Moore had that not error in left field.
Hey, how about a blast and a blast and a blast and a blast and a blast?
Well, there's no Sonics up here, so can't really do that.
That
They
is
only have those pretty much in the center part of America, the heart of America, if you will.
We have Sonics in Mass.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
that's
yeah.
true.
No, we.
Yep. Somerset
Well,
and Stoughton.
I haven't seen one, so.
Well, that's because they're not on the Cape. Here comes the 1-0, just like Wareham, and that one's going to miss for a ball. 2-0.
Hey, we have 3 Sonics
That's a
in Columbia,
dig.
Missouri. You know how many of them I've been to? 0.
Oh, that's a you problem.
Am I missing out?
Yes.
Get a decent amount of food for
Yeah.
not a lot of money.
Not a lot of, how you say, fast food restaurants on Cape Cod.
No.
I mean, you have your good.
Okay.
Hyannis is a couple.
Such as?
Chick-fil-A,
They
Clutch,
do have that.
Wendy's. I know you.
Yeah, $5 biggie bag. There's a Popeyes KFC.
McDanks.
Yeah, that's a thing. All right, there's Simo.
Christian Moore with a 2-2 count now and 1 away. Looks to get on base to hopefully get the Hawks to start a rally. Words are tough today.
Hark the Herald. Angels
boy.
sing.
That's what happens when you're in hour 4 of a baseball game. Here comes the windup and the 2-2. Moore comes up empty, 2 up, 2 down, both by way of a strikeout.
Well, we've been at the ballpark since 10 a.m. comparing game notes, and
Yeah,
we had
working
lunch
hard.
here in the booth, and so from 10 a.m. to now almost 10 p.m. be a 12-hour work day for us, but you know, it's what we do,
That's what
committed
we
to
do.
excellence.
We love the Hawks, and they love us back.
Speaking of excellence, T-Mobile is excellent. We just haven't told you about it quite yet. We're running out of time to do that, by the way.
I got about 6 outs to do that.
All right, well, I'm just keeping you in check.
1-0 the count to Don Patelli.
You might not want to do it now. Stuff's so exciting that
I want to make sure they get a nice clean listen on how
Okay.
great T-Mobile is. So
Okay.
here comes the 1-0. That's a ground ball through the right side for a base hit. Don Patelli looking for some 2-out magic as he reaches for the second time tonight.
That could be the start. I take you back to that Christian Moore throw that holds a run at bay. The Harbor Hawks were able to put up a 5 spot here. They tie the ball game, and that's where the game felt like you save one, and you have the opportunity now to get a rally going.
Well, do you see what I see? I see a pinch hitter.
Mark the Herald Angels scene. Do
Oh,
you see what
and
I see?
Philip Matulia.
Well, he won't be coming up to plate just yet because it's Pancho Ruiz is at bat first. So
Matulia in the on-deck circle.
that he is.
From San Diego State, number 17.
What do you say Poncho bunts here?
Nope.
Use the speed.
Yeah, that's
Come on.
gonna-
Trust it. Trust it. Drop
That
the
was
trailer.
a scouting point that Zach Chase liked for Pancho.
Speed. Sneaky speed, he said.
Pancho has more infield singles this year than a couple guys in the Harbor Hawks roster, so.
Yeah.
Called strike, 0-1 to Pancho.
Mostly the guys that played 3 games and got the boot.
Happens.
Does have more than those.
As we know, in the Cape Cod Baseball League, roster changes happen daily.
Brennan Malone got caught.
Runner goes, and the throw to second base is not in time. Patelli swipes a bag, puts a runner in scoring position.
TJ Brock no longer on the
But
roster.
Poncho had to watch that one go, and he's now
Yeah.
behind 0-2.
Yeah, stolen base
Oh.
is great. Add another one to the Harbor Hawks, but now the 0-2 count's not great. Also, how about Wareham coming to Hyannis? They've done the thing where they score a lot of runs on now 3 occasions. All 3 games they've come here, they've had pretty good run production.
That they have, and you're going to win probably 95% of the games. You score 7 runs down here in the Cape League.
Yeah, yeah.
Tonight is just one of those 5% that you gave up 12.
And Zach Berman willed it. He did. He told
Yes,
us
he
it was
did. He
coming.
said it was
tried
gonna
to
be a
warn us.
shootout.
Yep. Pancho Ruiz hits a home run. You're only down by 3.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun.
Got an 0-2 count. Michael Walsh has been good so far, looking to finish off the inning. Here's the pitch. Ruiz, did he go? No, he didn't. They check it first, and Ruiz held up.
Patelli took the base.
The Grand Slam tying run is 90 feet away. Don't say I didn't tell you. You just wait. My sister hit one today.
Was her team down 12-7 with a 1-2 count and 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch to Pancho, fouled off.
Yes, they were. How'd you know?
Just lucky guess.
Yeah, okay. No, they won that game by a lot.
Man, what I would give for a crazy rally right now.
What would you give? Klondike bar?
I'd give up some ice cream.
What?
He said.
Ooh.
Ooh, he also said.
Here's the 1-2. That one
it hit him.
Nearly hit Poncho. I don't know how that missed.
Not a great actor. Poncho Ruiz lays off the Oscar-winning performance that he could have given.
Slight foreshadowing, should I say.
What? Foreshadowing?
Ice cream?
What, are you getting ice cream after the game?
So,
or
by the time we get out of here, it'll be noon tomorrow. So
foreshadowing to what?
No, we'll move on.
Why?
The 2-2. Ruiz hits it on the ground to short. It gets off the glove of right, and a run's going to score. So that might be ruled a hit. Oh, today's scoring it will, and that brings home Patelli, and the Hawks pull within 4.
Hey, I scream, you scream, we all scream for a 2-out rally.
Wait, this is very cryptic. What is coming in the future?
I don't know.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
Why is it a secret? What's the secret?
Our new Player of the Game award is now being sponsored by Kilwin's
That's
Ice Cream.
what you were
That
referencing?
is it.
I thought you
That's
were
the ice
referencing
cream
that we were
reference.
going to go get ice cream after the game.
Yeah, I
Well,
was
we
kind of
can't
getting
get ice cream
excited.
after the game.
Okay.
Wow.
Wendy's Frosty.
Biggie bags?
That's a hit. Yep, wouldn't you know it.
RBI
through his glove.
single.
Right through the guy's glove. That's fun.
That will be the 10th hit of the night for the Harbor Hawks.
Not the 5th error for Wareham.
Matulia swings at the first pitch he sees. It's on the ground to Hausinger at second. He throws on to first in time. The Hawks do scratch across a run. 12-8 the score through. Oh, boy. 12-8 the score through 8 as we head to the 9th on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
A brilliant idea starts at the source. Through innovative design, we're taking steps to create a better future. Now, the pure fresh taste of Dasani comes in a redesigned bottle, up to 30% made from plants, and as always, it's 100% recyclable. Plant bottle, designed to make a difference.
This BBB seal is a badge of honor. It's a sign that this is a business you can trust. Each year, millions of people see the BBB seal on a door or a window or a website and breathe a little easier. See the seal and know you've made the right choice. Find a business you can trust. Ask BBB.
Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry. You got to know now that the Harbor Hawks are down 12-8 in this one, and 20 combined runs is pretty a lot. 23 combined hits.
A lot it is.
4 combined errors. Should be 6 at least, but errors don't count at McKeon Ballpark tonight.
Well, pretty a lot of everything here at the ballpark. Austin Nakuda, Zach Berman, and Drake Toll in the broadcast booth for the 9th inning. We finally reached the final frame, and it only took 3.5 hours. As hope you've enjoyed this marathon tonight as Zach Volker returns to the bump for another inning of work. He's been steady to this point, 1 2/3, 1 hit. Not going to mention the run because it shouldn't have been earned.
Well, yeah, that's something that should certainly be protested by the Harbor Hawks. And we have seen a couple of times official scoring go a different way, as it should in this case, because that ball, there's a runner at first base, a ball is hit at Christian Moore, it just goes through his glove. That run comes home to score from first base on what would have been a single. At worst, it's runners on the corners, at worst. And then they don't charge an error to Christian Moore. The ball just went right through his glove. Now you give Zach Volker an earned run where he doesn't deserve one, and it's his first of the season. He should still be clean to this point. I don't get it.
I don't either.
So that's my soapbox. Thank you for listening.
Maybe you can talk to the official scorer after the game, give him a call using T-Mobile, who is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile believes that when small towns thrive, America thrives. Visit T-Mobile.com/AcrossAmerica to find out more.
We're going to miss.
Don't matter. Had to get done.
Oh, no, I was talking about the game. I was trying to call the batter while you were middle at bat.
Yeah, it wasn't middle. It was before it started. What do you want me to do? We were too busy talking about an error that happened 3 innings ago.
Hello.
So
am I wrong?
Here comes the 0-1. That one is crushed to center field. McConnell's running back near the warning track, and he makes the catch. That ball jumped off the bat by Davis, but stayed in the arc.
Yeah, there are very few outfielders that we've seen, even today, that could make that play. I mean, the range right there, the glove that he flashes, he's the best outfielder that we have seen this season. I think bar none, really. Him and Philip Matulia in center and right really have it locked down because, again, not everybody can make that play.
Here's Hogan Windish, who's over 3 strikeouts and 2 walks today. 6th time he has come to the dish.
Oh, jeez.
It's
Busy
actually,
day
it's
for
Carter
Wareham.
Graham.
That would be Carter Graham.
Yeah, good call.
Pinch hitter.
Speaking of good calls.
Stanford product.
T-Mobile. So Davis. Surprised he didn't get a 6th. It's still it's not a, you know. Well, we've learned that 4 runs is a blowout to Harvey Shapiro because he was down by, what, 5 and put in a position player to pitch?
Yeah, he's, I guess, content with punting when his team's down.
Yeah.
And so interested to see how he manages it with them up at this point. As Davis swings at that one, fouls it. I mean, depending on which reliever he's going to bring in.
Doesn't have much left to manage, yeah. Maybe they leave in,
Walsh.
They leave in Walsh, who's in the game right now.
Graham enters the at-bat, 3 for 21 on the season.
3 for 21.
A little bit of a slow start. Here comes the 1-2. Breaking ball popped up.
3 for 22.
Jeb calls it, makes the catch, and 3 for 22.
Hey,
and
Drake,
that's
what do
out
you call
number
that?
2.
A pop out.
I thought you were going to say can of corn.
Oh, yeah, can of corn. Haven't been able to use that much tonight. However, no errors. Harbor Hawks are actually 3rd in the league in errors. They're very good at not missing the ball. Wareham is in the top 3 as well, but they have 4 tonight.
Max Anderson waves at a first pitch, and Anderson is up for the 6th time tonight. He has 3 singles, a walk. He scored a run, driven in a run. A little bit of everything from the Nebraska star. Here comes the 0-1, breaking ball, called strike 2. Volker working quickly and 1 strike away from bringing the Hawks up to bat.
Good to see Riku Nishida again.
I like their odds to at least, you know what? I'll say it. I think they at least get the tying run to the plate.
Here comes the 0-2. Anderson fights it off, stays alive.
That's my bold prediction. The tying run will at least come to the plate in the bottom of the 9th.
Grand Slam would do it. We could have our 3rd straight tie.
Here comes the 0-2 from Volker. Line foul off the netting. He stays alive. Does Anderson. He mad at himself as he thinks he missed that one a bit. Still a decent crowd remaining here at McKeon Park, even though this game has dragged on a bit. Here comes the 0-2 from Volker. And a swing and a miss. Zach Volker retires Anderson in a 1-2-3 top of the 9th inning as he gives his Hawks a chance to put together some 9th inning magic once again. The Hawks trail by 4 with 3 outs remaining on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Tastes like a Coke.
We nailed it!
Coke Zero Sugar. Have they nailed it?
Sounds like they really nailed it, huh?
Nailed it.
And that's when you said, so it really tastes like a Coke.
Yeah, that's the point.
When it comes to buying or selling a home, you need a partner, not just an agent. For over 50 years, Gibson Sotheby's International Realty has set the standard in excellence and performance. A seasoned team that has thrived throughout all markets. Our agents live and work in your neighborhood and understand you. We are over 170 agents strong, backed by an in-house marketing team and global reach that is second to none.
From studios to penthouses, purchasing to renting, our team provides unparalleled real estate services.
If you live here, fun is your thing. If you live here, tough is your thing. Smart is your thing. Caring is your thing. If you live in Massachusetts, community is your thing. Since 1972, the Massachusetts State Lottery has provided over $25 billion to help cities and towns with the things they need most. If you live here, giving is your thing.
The 9th inning has already begun, and now the bottom of the 9th is just about to begin, but a new pitcher takes the bump by the name of Alex Galvin from Louisville. We've seen him a couple of times this year, and he's pitched against the Hawks once, and comes into this appearance with a 2.25 earned run average, looking to protect a 4-run lead. He'll have to deal with Riku Nishida, Mitch Jebb, and Justin Hyannis, followed by Nolan Shanuel and Cole McConnell. 5 straight lefties if we get there.
How's that tie sound now, Mr. Dakuda?
Still don't want it. Sick of ties. We've tied about...
So you take a loss over a tie?
Obviously, a point is a point, but you know what I mean. I mean, a tie at this point just feels like a loss for many teams, but I don't know. I guess today, trailing 4 in the bottom of the 9th, you'll escape with a tie, and you could be happy about that.
You guys sound kind of chipper.
Yeah.
All right.
Here comes Riku Nishida.
Seems like that's what the Harbor Hawks do, though. They look, when does the magic run out? When does the Heart Attack Hawk moniker just not come into play?
I mean, it's baseball. You can lose a game and then have the magic come back. It's
first pitch to Nishida, misses outside for a ball. He's 2 for 3 today. Pair of singles, pair of stolen bases, and a run scored.
That will play. He could be the ice cream player of the game. There's a few guys who are in there.
Riku fouls that one off. Count evens up.
Still no players with 3 hits. We've seen that so little this year for the Harbor Hawks, having a guy with 3 hits. No, 3.
3.
We've seen maybe 2, maybe 3 guys knock 3 hits in a ball game.
Here comes a 1-1. Nishida grounds it back up the middle. It's going to get into center field for a base hit. And Hyannis, Riku, big turn at first, but the Hawks have the runner on to lead off the bottom of the 9th inning, trailing by 4.
There's number 3 for Riku Nishida, and may I please request that he not get thrown out on the base pass. That would be awesome.
Red light would be good here for Riku.
No reason to
steal. No reason to risk it.
Oh, my. Look at all the space there is between Hausinger at second, Anderson at first. You have a lot of room there if you're Mitch Jebb.
Yeah, playing double play depth here, looking at turn 2. Jebb sprays the ball all over the field, as they're not going to hold Nishida on at first. And he's going to take second base. That one misses inside. Riku with an easy stolen base. Sometimes they rule that a defensive indifference. But
what do we know about baseball? We gave him the red light. He said no.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fine giving him the green light if they're not going to throw.
Mine as well, right? I mean, just stay there
third.
now.
You know what? There's Mitch Jebb, who last night could have played hero in the 9th inning. Had a hot shot to Peck at third base. Impeccable defensive play. Impeccable. And the Harbor Hawks had to go home with a tie. They do that a lot. Everyone does.
Here comes a 1-0 to Jebb from Galvin. He's going to show bunt, and it goes foul.
I mean, I would not mind a tie at all tonight.
No, I don't. You're down by 4. And bunting a fastball eye level, probably not the best play to call there. I mean, having a bunt on is not the worst idea with Mitch Jebb, who could roll it out into a single, but high fastball, let that buy you 2-0 count. I like you a lot more.
Galvin comes set. Riku dances off a second. He brings home a fastball that's fouled off by Mitch. And the count moves to 1-2.
Jebb behind on that one, just trying to fight it off. Another one of those high pitches, but it's kind of been the...
This is where Jebb has been so good. He's very good at staying alive in at-bats. We saw that, we've seen that time and time again this season, and it was that at-bat in the 9th inning at YD.
Yeah, one of the most superstitious guys on this roster, truly, but still stays so calm. Bat on the shoulder.
Here's the 1-2. Fouls that one off again. So a good sign is Nolan Shanuel has emerged from the dugout. He's in the hole. He fouled the ball off his foot pretty hard a couple innings ago and was in some pain, but it's a good sign to see him standing outside the dugout with a bat in his hand.
Right.
1-2. Nobody out. Hawks chasing 4. Riku Nishida on second base after a leadoff single. Galvin gets the signs from Peter Burns, who has had a long day behind the dish. Here comes the 1-2. Gonna watch it go for a ball. The count will even up.
That's a great take. That is a great take.
Well, not exactly a large number of spectators remaining here at the ballpark, as The game has progressed, but those who are here are still enthused to see their Hawks putting up a fight in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah.
Here comes the 2-2. Jeb lines that one to left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. They're going to wave Nishida home, and Beatty will hold him at third.
Yeah, smartly.
Was waving him around, saw the outfielder field it cleanly, and he holds Riku. So runners at the corners for the Hawks with nobody out.
Hey, remember what I said? They would get the tying run at least to the plate.
Oh, well,
all it would take.
Stop.
Nope. Head knock on the wood.
Ever heard about a bloop and a blast?
Okay.
If Justin
You
Janice
just don't
would play.
believe in
Well,
a
that's
jinx,
it.
do
See,
you?
guys,
See
it's been
you.
a fun
Might
ball
as well
game.
pack
Hey,
up.
Great
hey,
game.
Stop,
Pleasure working
Zach
with you
Berman.
guys.
Hey, only thing better than a bloop and a blast
Oh
if you're
my
Justin
God.
Janice.
He'll
A
keep-
plunk
Stop.
and a blast.
All right.
The jinx.
There's the knock. There's the knock.
Here comes Justin
Just
Janis.
don't
Runners
bunt.
on the corners.
Please don't bunt.
Jeb's off for a second. Janis swings. They're going to throw down, and Mitch Jeb is safe.
Barely.
Risky play.
Look, Peter Burns, that throw is just a little to the left. It's been plenty of time.
Yeah.
It's in plenty of time. He just threw it a little too far to his left, and another risky play for the Harbor Hawks. Hey, look, stolen base totals are slowly bumping.
Yeah, but that run means nothing. That's the thing.
Yeah, you're right.
It's interesting.
The point, I don't know, but that's all right. Hey, it worked. You know, it's only crazy if it doesn't work.
Here comes the 0-1. Fouled off.
Yeah, Janice at 2 for 3 today. No strikeouts. Well, here I go. Great. Sorry, you guys. Does have an RBI earlier as well, and hey, I do Zach Berman like the idea of him being plunked. However, the delivery.
As long as he's okay.
Right.
He's already been hit in this ball game, so.
And every other ball game.
Pretty much. Here comes the 0-2. Misses outside. We did the math the other day, Drake. It was 1 in every 5 games or something he gets hit by a baseball.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess
probably
today
1
was
in every
one of the
4
5.
now.
Yeah.
It just keeps happening over and over and over. To the point where it became noticeable to us early in the season. That's when we checked, and the numbers are unbelievable.
We had his stats from Illinois written down, but as he goes after that one, Drake told the announcer jinx has worked as Janice fans of that one.
Hey, I already said goodnight to everybody.
Yeah.
I was halfway out the door there.
Here comes Nolan Shanuel. Runners on second and third, 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. Hawks are trailing 4, but still threatening here, not going away quietly.
Cole McConnell is in the on-deck circle if Shanuel was to find his way on. Or if he doesn't, Cole McConnell will still come to the plate today, barring a wild double play.
Riku Nishida on third, Mitch Jeb on second. Here comes the first pitch to Shanuel. He goes after it and fouls it off towards Pablo Ortiz in the first base coach's box.
As much as you want to start to believe as a fan, you still have to make note that even if Shanuel's able to hit a long ball or an extra base hit, you're still 4 runs away from even knotting this ball game up.
Hey, a
much
bloop
less
and a
taking the
blast
lead.
does tie the game.
All right.
Oh, Zach Berman. Here's the 0-1 to Shanuel. He fans on that one 0-2.
I'm just stating fact.
You're just jinxing it away.
Yep.
I never said they were going to do it.
Can never say perfect game. Doesn't matter. You just can't say it. Never say they're going to do it, but if you say it, it's how
No,
it
you
works.
can't say the word perfect game.
Yeah, I also can't say bloop and a blast.
Here comes the 0-2 to Nolan Shanuel. That fastball's fouled off. Shanuel stays alive.
Job to fight it away from Nolan, and still down on the count 0-2, and really seeing Galvin pump the strike zone. Now he's allowed 2 base hits to start this bottom of the ninth.
Galvin comes set. Here comes the 0-2 once more. Inside, just missed, and that was a pitch that might be just too close to take.
Jeez, no kidding. Also, credit to all the Wareham fans that are cherishing their time on Cape Cod and refuse to leave until the game is over.
They're not ready to go back to the mainland just yet.
Not a dry eye in the Wareham section.
Here comes the 1-2 to Shanuel. That misses high and outside.
All right, Cole McConnell again there in the on-deck circle. Christian Moore is behind him. He could play hero if it comes down to it. I'm sorry, I was kind of wading into territory there. I'll go ahead and knock on the wood, too, just to be safe. Zachary, if you don't mind. Sweet. Thanks, man.
There.
Here comes the 2-2. Shanuel crushes that one to right field. Doesn't have enough. It will stay in the yard. A long sac fly brings home a run. It jumped off the bat but died at the wall, and it's a loud out number 2.
Yep, Karen Hurley said it behind us. No wind. That's a factor, and that ball off the bat, the whole place went nuts. And then,
man,
oh jeez. Well, You got to run out of it. What's the most underrated play in baseball?
Sacrifice fly.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Still.
Oh, Bullpen Blast?
Yeah. Still plays it. Still a factor.
Here's Cole McConnell with 2 outs. He watches a fastball go by. And Shanuel just, I mean, with right field being 473 feet, takes a good poke to get it out there. And he hit that ball nearly out of this ballpark. Here's the 1-0 to Cole McConnell. He lines that one to right field. It's a base hit. The Hawks pass the baton. Mitch Jebb will score, and they pull within 2. And Zach Berman, you did say it, the tying run is coming to the plate, and it's Christian Moore.
I told you. So here's the deal.
Christian Moore, I mean,
10 home
how
runs
likely
in
is it
50
that
games.
Christian Moore strikes out here? I mean, it's a very keen possibility that Moore ends up striking
I see
out.
what you're doing.
You know, he's a guy that has struck out over the course of his career before. Could this be another strikeout moment?
Hey, I said,
Reverse
I
it.
never
like
said
it.
they'd win the game. I never said they'd tie the game. I did say the tying run is going to come to the plate.
He was correct. He got us there.
So here's the catch. Christian Moore has power. He's at 10 home runs.
Zach, I've already
50
tried.
games
I've been doing my best
at Tennessee.
to say that Christian Moore could
I don't
end
know where
up
you were,
striking
Zach.
out.
You
Yeah.
just completely did the reverse jinx for about 35 seconds.
And then we re-jinxed it.
Yeah, so that's a for effort, Drake.
So we'll see what happens.
Oh, a quarter.
Don Patelli, is it a state
Have
quarter?
a day.
Yours?
Don Patelli is in the on-deck circle should the game reach him. Now,
Don Patelli has a home run this season.
He does.
If he comes to the plate, he's going to hit a home run here.
Here comes Christian Moore. He's 0 for 3 with a sac fly.
Hey, first time the Hawks have hit double digits this season.
Yeah, Bullpen Blast would win the
10.
game.
Here comes the first pitch to Moore. He goes after it, comes up empty, 0-1. 12 runs, 13 hits, 4 errors for Wareham, 10 runs, 13 hits, no errors for the Hawks.
Well, he was looking for the blast there. He got nothing.
Here's the 0-1. Moore fouls it off, and he's behind 0-2.
There you go, breaking ball. It's hanging up again from Galvin. You're probably not going to get a better pitch to go the other way with.
Yeah, Hawks are down to their final strike. Tying run at the dish after almost 4 hours of baseball. The Hawks have the tying run to the plate once again. Here comes the 0-2. More fans on the breaking ball, and the ball game is over. The Hawks drop a back and forth shootout to the Wareham Gatemen by a final score of 12-10. Each team had 13 hits, as even though they scratched across 2, it wasn't enough here in the bottom of the 9th as the Hawks get their loss to Wareham here at home.
Well, you know, you put up 10 runs. You had a total of 13 hits as well, so you're right there with Wareham. Your batting totals, they broke out today. You've been waiting for that big game. But when your pitching just isn't quite there, especially early on, I mean, Wareham put a total of 9 runs up in the first 3 innings. Coming back from that is really tough to do, and the Harbor Hawks got close. Game just a little bit short, couldn't get it done tonight. But, hey, look. Hyannis is still number 2 in the West. Katuitt also lost tonight. And the Harbor Hawks are really comfortable when it comes to the standings across the league. And Zach Berman said it earlier, teams lose baseball games.
It's time to pick the player of the game tonight, sponsored by Kilwins. And fellows, 2 guys with 3 hits in the Harbor Hawk lineup, Riku Nishida and Mitch Jebb. Could go either way. What are we thinking?
I'm going to go with the guy that has 2 RBIs in Mitch Jebb.
I'm going to go with Riku Nishida. 3 base hits tonight and 3 stolen bases as well for Nishida.
All right, well, Riku Nishida it is. I'll give him my vote. Riku Nishida with 3 hits, 3 stolen bases is your Kilwins player of the game here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network, and that will wrap things up as the Hawks drop a tough loss, 12-10, the final. Once again, your player of the game sponsored by Kilwins, Riku Nishida, and that'll wrap it up here from the Tim Elstrom Broadcast Center. For our producers, Mike Maynard, Ella Gibson, and Abby Stokes, our director of broadcasting, Harrison Myers, our sideline reporter, Bria Losick, and my broadcast partners, Drake Toll and Zach Berman, I'm Austin Nakuda saying good night.